wanted to come on here really quick. It's late and my day off tomorrow. Ooh, ooh. Just gotta read one person and do work. But for me, I consider a day when I don't have readings to do or consults or talking to clients a much easier day than usual. So an 8-hour day or 4-hour day rather than a whole life. But I'm not complaining. Life is good and mashallah. Okay. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Ella. Hey, Brandon. Hey, everybody. I can't find my vape, so sorry. I know it's so ugly and unfeminine, but this is a subject I've been meaning to talk about for a while. Where the hell did I put my AirPods? I hope I didn't lose them. Ugh, anyway, so annoying. Don't y'all let social media fool you. I try to tell you guys. I try to tell my clients. I try to tell my friends. I try to tell everybody. For example, if you're going to curse somebody or do a separation or any of that, and you're watching their social media thinking, oh, they're going to post themselves crying. They're going to post themselves living a miserable life. They're going to post all their problems. Granted, there are a select few really dumb people that do that, but most people don't do that, okay? I damn sure don't do it. Maybe when I was 12, but not even then, really. Like, you don't air out your dirty laundry. And most people know that. And especially if you have that, a man, for example, and they have an ex who you know is peeping your social media constantly. And that's why I tell y'all, don't do that shit. Thank you, Yusuf. They're going to put, thank you, Habibi. Love you. Love you in your spirits, Habibi. I'm grateful for having you guys in my life, Habibi. We love you and we're grateful to you. I love all of you. And my clients know, my spirits protect them and bless them. As long as they're good to me, not meaning like gifts-wise or money-wise or anything, I'm meaning respect-wise, when they speak on me, and think about me even. If you have genuine intentions towards me and genuine gratitude towards them, they will hook you up. Trust me. You should hear the stories, okay? But anyway, you guys, I don't even post all my testimonials. I have testimonials for days, but I'm going off on a tangent. That just reminded me. Anyway, back to the subject. Love you, Yusuf. If you have a man or a woman, for example, separation-wise, let's talk about separation of spouse. You do a separation on somebody, right? And you constantly check their social medias to see what's going on. You're hoping to see them saying, oh, single, or my man's this, or whatever, complaining, okay? If you have a man or a woman and you know for a fact that their ex watches your social media, what are you going to post? What are you going to post? You going to post every fight that you have? Are you going to post that my man beat my ass today? Are you going to post I kicked him out? Are you going to post all that shit? Not if you have a half a brain cell left in your head. Thank you, Shireen Habibti. If you love you so much, your spirits always protect me. Was around a coworker who tested positive for COVID and nothing happened to me. Love you so much. Had your bracelet on. Ah, mashallah, Habibti. Smallah alayki. Hold on, let me get that. Okay. And I love to screenshot those, and I don't go around posting them everywhere because they're from my heart. So guys, email me your testimonials. Tell me about your testimonials. Even if it doesn't get posted, it will eventually, I'm sure. But even if it doesn't, that's for me and my spirits. Okay? I read them out loud all the time. They hear me. Okay? Anyway, you're not going to do that if you guys like this video. I think this is an important message, please. And to all of you guys that like this video, I sent a testimonial about one of the group rituals. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I can't wait to see it. I'm a little behind in my testimonial email, but I'm checking it tomorrow. Thank you, Harsheen. Not a lot, but I want to say I'm so grateful to you and your spirits forever. Love you, Queen. Love you more, Habibti. Damn right, girl. Love you, girl. Respect is paramount. Your spirits are a light in my life. Aw, let me get those. You guys. Okay. Thank you, guys. You guys are a light in theirs, too, and mine, honestly. So, listen, sometimes you drive me fucking crazy. Not you guys per se, but some of y'all. And there'll be a few of those people getting final reports. I'm not going to deal with it. How are you going to let somebody work for you forever and then treat them like you own them or that they work for you, like you're their boss? What? I'm sorry, but no. But anyway, final reports, man. Hate to send them, but I'm not going to keep working for ungrateful motherfuckers. Anyway, thank you, Faith in the Unseen. Testimony, you saw in the cards, job would delay returning, and it happened. I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. P.S. I sent you a picture of my mummy's cemetery plaque. Aw, Habibti, let me get that for you and your spirits. Love you. God bless you with the holy light. Aw, God bless you guys. All right. You guys, please like this video. I'm sorry to those of you watching later, but I'm sure somebody will put a timestamp for when the conversation actually starts. Anyway, please like, I'll wait. 55. God bless you to each and every one that likes this video. Inshallah. Allah atikum as-sihha wal-quwwa wal-barakat wa atikum kull ishi li bidkum iya inshallah. Atikum bint halal wa ibn halal inshallah is a fish ankum. Thank you, Dorian. Love you, Shireen, and your spirit. So grateful for everything you have done for myself and others. Take care and God bless. Aw, love you, Dorian. Thank you, Sophia. And let me translate. Thank you, Dorian. Love you, babe. Thank you, Sophia. What I said was God give you health, strength, and blessings. Give you everything that you wish for, God willing. And may they give you, like, I don't know how to say Ibn Halal, but like the best man or the best woman will hub, inshallah, and love. Okay? So anyway, God willing. We always say God willing. It's just a thing. But, okay, back to the subject. Sorry, y'all. So basically, yeah, if you have a man or a woman and you know their ex watches your social media, and by the way, it's very easy to tell if your ex or somebody's ex watches your social media. I'll get to that later. Of course they're going to post shit to make you think, and not just you, but other people that may not approve of the relationship, other people that may be trying to get with that person, other people that maybe say, oh, they're not going to last, they're not going to this. They're going to try to make it seem as though they have the perfect relationship, okay? And if you have an enemy, and you know you have an enemy, for example, like the fucktard that I hexed, a few of them, they post $500 tips, then you're doing something fucking really wrong, okay? Shout out to Kadesh, Habir, Beth, John, a lot of them, okay? Let me not, and I'll post that for proof. But anyway, you think because I don't post that means something? That don't mean shit. That means I'm booked and busy and I don't have time. But this motherfucker, for a while, was posting. And mind you, this person didn't post for months usually. Before, he would post maybe once a month, once every few months. After I told him, I hexed him, he made it a point to post every day, every day, every day, every day. Bitch, you think I know what the fuck you're doing? And then he disappeared for a month. But he had to post, like, you're just trying to prove to me that I didn't get you. But motherfucker, I'm a reader. I can see. That don't bother me. I didn't kill you. I mean, I didn't do a death spell on you. So, I mean, you're still going to be alive to post. That don't mean a fucking thing. You don't show your face, so not like I could see you. Like, get the fuck out of here, pussy. Thank you, Christine. But my point is, love you, Habibti. My point is, don't let the social media fucking fool you. Okay? Because what do you think they're going to post? You're very, look at, okay, case in point, I use Gabby Petito, God rest her soul, God, you know, it's such an unfortunate situation, and it's so sad, and my heart bleeds for the family and her loved ones. Although I can't understand why that story got so much traction as opposed to the millions of missing indigenous women, or thousands, whatever it is. I don't even know, because they don't talk about it exactly how many it is. The many African American women that go missing daily, children at that, or other people of color. And it's not even white people, white women, white men. You don't hear about a lot. It's only specific cases. But you have to admit the cases that you do that get so much media coverage are typically white. They call it white woman syndrome. I mean, I'm not biased at all. I'm not racist towards anybody. But that's a fact. You can't hide facts. Okay? That's a fact. But anyway, my point is, look at that situation. Look at the girl's social media. The days right before she went missing, the day, or like a few days after, they got stopped by the cops, and she got, I mean, that was such fucking bullshit, but she got a domestic charge or whatever, and he had to stay at a fucking battered woman's shelter. Okay? Days after that, you wouldn't know. You'd look at their social media and you'd see them smiling, and you'd be like, couple goals, hashtag couple goals. Meanwhile, the fucker kills her, leaves her in the desert, and then comes back with her van, and now he's on the run. I mean, come on, y'all. That's why they say flexing for the gram. Flexing for social media, flexing. All these social media influencers who post these Lamborghinis and driving, you know, nice cars and living it up. Meanwhile, for example, the Ace family lost their house. Don't pay nobody they worked for. You know, they have millions of dollars, quote unquote. They're doing so well. Well, clearly they don't. They mismanage the shit out of their money, because real people who are wealthy don't live above their means. They know how to work with money. They know how to invest their money. Okay? So, you seeing people flexing on social media or whatever you see, and you hex them or you separated them, that doesn't mean that shit ain't going on. Some separations will take time. That's why I never bullshit anybody. If you come to me for a spell, I'm going to tell you straight up. Depending on the situation, it could take a year. It could take more than a year if they're married. It could take 2 weeks. It just depends on how willing the people are, or how much they want to hold on to the relationship, no matter how bad it gets. You have to understand certain situations, especially, for example, you have your husband. God forbid, I hope this never happens to any of you, and if this did, I'm so sorry. But, for example, a husband leaves his wife for another bitch, okay? He loses everything behind that woman. He loses his wife. He loses his family. I've heard of men leaving their whole family, their kids, their house. They have to go through a divorce now. Now they have to give up half their assets. Because they left the wife for this woman. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, a million times for all of you. Do you think that this guy is going to easily leave this bitch alone after he just gave up his whole family? He's going to do everything in his power to prove everybody wrong. Everybody who told him, don't do that, bro. Your wife's a good woman. Don't, what if it doesn't work out? Don't do it. Especially the wife, to prove to her that this woman was worth leaving her and the kids. You think it's just going to be that easy for this man to give up that bitch? Or on the flip side, you're the side piece, and he has a wife or a girlfriend that he's been with for years, living in a house, have kids together, or even don't have kids, just living with the person, and they're both financially dependent on each other, or she's all the way dependent on him, or he's all the way dependent on her, whatever the case is. Do you think it's that easy, even more so for a man or a woman to leave their spouse for you, no matter how bad it gets? Especially if they're married. God forbid if they're married and they don't have a prenuptial agreement or a postnuptial agreement protecting their assets. And might I just say to everybody, I highly recommend that if you get married, you get a prenuptial agreement. If you're already married, I suggest a postnuptial agreement. Anybody who's smart can understand that you don't know if you're going to win the lotto tomorrow. And if you're married to a bum that don't do shit, or even if he's not a bum, money changes people. But anyway, that's besides the point. I always get off topic. Sorry about that. Squirrel. But it's not going to be that easy for a man or woman to leave their spouse and have to divide half their assets, have to sit here and be like, okay, well, I'm going to have to pay child support. I'm going to have to give up my home. You know, it's going to be a legal thing. Divorces cost thousands of dollars depending on the kind of situation. So don't think it's easy. That's why I rarely will take a case for a divorce. And if I do, you better thank your fucking lucky stars I took it, because I can guarantee you it is far more time, energy, money, materials, offerings, you being a pain in my fucking ass, okay, than what it's worth. Than the measly, what? For 3 spells, I don't even want to talk about my prices. Not enough, okay? You think it's worth it's not. It's not, but I'll do it in some cases, very rare cases, and they have to check certain boxes, okay? And I'm not even going to get into that, but they are very difficult. Divorce, separations and divorces are 2 different things, okay? Very difficult, very difficult. Now, separations even, just depending on the case, okay? It takes time for some. Now, if it's somebody that just got with the bitch, you know, then that's much easier. And sometimes, often, it could be more easy than a separation, than a reconciliation, because especially if it's like, if the circumstances are just right, like, you know, you guys were together for a long time and they just left you for this person not too long ago, or you know, something like that. But Shireen's work is flawless. Habibti, thank you. It's not flawless. It's not. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's flawless. I don't have 100% success rate. No fucking witch does. Hey, BB. Hey, Habibti. Miss you. That's one of my flawless cases. God bless her and protect her. If I'm thinking of the right person, because I have 2 with a very similar screen name, like letters off. But anyway, so if you're who I'm thinking about, yeah, perfect. But I'm not flawless. My success rate is about 80%. 8 out of 10. Thank you. Thank you, Callie, where you want to be. People have free will. I'm sorry. I do everything I can, but people have free will, and I never lie to anybody. You don't have 100% success rate. You have a 99.99%. Habibti, I love you. In terms of people, you're right. In terms of people getting something better, hey, Deborah. By the way, Mabruk, Habibti, congratulations on your big win, girl. But anyway, as far as like, very few people work with me and walk away with 0 blessings and nothing in their, you know, like either they'll find somebody better and or they'll get blessings in so many other different parts of their lives, you know, better jobs, more money, you know, just blessings that they didn't expect, career, you know, a lot of things. protection, just a lot of things. So yeah, in terms of people that don't get nothing out of this experience on top of what I try to teach you when I coach you that you'll take with you in dating situations or marriage or whatever. Honestly, I'm not a licensed therapist or psychologist or anything, but I feel like I'm better. You know why? Because I can say shit to you that they can't. I can guide you in things that they're just not allowed to. A therapist and psychologists and stuff, yeah, they're better than me in terms of education, but in life experience and how I coach and guide people through their relationships, I can say shit to you that they can't. I could put you in your place in ways that they cannot. And I've had a lot of my clients say, I don't even go to the therapist anymore because I feel like you help me more. Knock on wood, inshallah. But I give good advice, man. What can I say? I've been through a lot. But, you know. So yeah, very rarely do I not change somebody's life for the better. And it may not be exactly what you wanted, but sometimes better, and sometimes in just many other areas of your life. Equal or better, like as far as the relationship well, no, I think every new target is new person that comes in is better than the original target. Most of the 99% of the original targets are garbage. I hate to tell you guys that. I don't really like any of the targets for y'all because honestly, if you have to do love magic to get somebody to be with you, chances are they're not for you. But that's what you guys want, and sometimes you got to learn that on your own. So, you know, but that's just being honest. I mean, obviously that doesn't affect the work that I do, my personal feelings about it, but you guys know that. Come on. It's called a breakup because it's broken. I'll take that back. I would say about 95% of the targets that my clients want me to work on, I think are fucking assholes and don't deserve them. But who am I to say that? So and I try to talk them out of it. You could ask any of my clients. I try to tell them, let me do a new love. Let me do attraction for you. You know, are you sure this guy, you know, he did this to you, did this to you, did this to you, or this girl did this to you, why do you want to spend money to work? Like, I don't understand. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're a good guy. Why? But they want it. And at the end of the day, I got to give my clients what they want. Thank you, Miss Honey. Hey, girl. Hey, Sheree. Much love to you and your spirit. So good to finally catch one of your live videos. Mwah. Welcome. Hey, Claudia. Hola, chica. You badass bruja. Mwah. Love you guys. Thank you. Ooh, exploded, Serona. That means it broke something, though, so that's good. That means there was something big, and if it breaks, it's actually a good thing. As long as it didn't hurt you or anything. Most of the time, people can't follow rules, and you got to do it more than once. A little something for your amazing self and amazing spirits and ancestors. Your advice is pure gold. People should cherish everything you do. Love you, Habibti. Let me get that. Thank you. So true, man. So true. Don't remind me. It's dark moon time or waning moon time. Don't remind me. Oh, my God. And then they want to hound the fuck out of you when you told them not to do specific things. They disappear when things are going well. That's my all-time, favorite sarcasm, obviously. When things are going well, before they manifest, they're in your inbox like nonstop. But then the second they do manifest, all of a sudden they disappear for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or however long. Then all of a sudden they go from emailing or texting. If I was, unfortunately, somehow they got my number, I trusted them with it. That's why now I don't trust anybody with it. Texting you several times a day sometimes. But then they get what they want, and poof, there they go. And then when something goes wrong, they try to weasel their way back. And oh, so where were you at when things are going well? Did I get my thank you? Did you expect that wasn't going to bite you in your ass? It's true, I'm better. Blessings. Working with her for a very short time, and blessings have been amazing. I've definitely been happier too. Aw, I love you. Callie, where you want to be. Thank you. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I cherish each and every... Because I need that sometimes. Sometimes you get discouraged. Like, people... especially like now with retrogrades and everything, you guys better keep your emotions in check, because my patience is not what it used to be. I've been doing this way too long. My patience is not where it used to be. I used to tolerate, oh, God help me, I used to tolerate the most fucked up shit. And I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just not. I can't. And let me just rant about something real quick. I had one person just recently who is getting a final report, Libra. Just want to know, you're a Libra, okay? And you know who you are. And if you got a guilty conscience, and I have a lot of people that after I say little things, they get a guilty conscience. If you think it's you, then you probably are driving me crazy in some way, so stop. But more than likely, it's nobody in this chat. I don't see them. But Libra, she messaged Gabby and says to her, first of all, this person is absolutely just drives me fucking insane. And I've felt bad because I realized she's a little bit not there, but all of us are not there. And then she has the audacity, mind you, her case, and I told her, it's not a love case. It's something that I told her was going to be very difficult to accomplish. But nonetheless, she insisted that I try. And this person had the audacity to tell Gabby, I haven't spoke to Shireen in months. Bitch, first of all, I got your case in November of last year. And I've been working with you ever since. And Gabby's the one that's what I fucking pay her for. To deal with my emails. You want to speak to me and keep me on the phone for an hour? Book an appointment. I'm already giving you enough of my fucking time trying to help you. Ungrateful ass, okay? After I told you I was hesitant to take your fucking case. I don't work for you. You're not my employer. You're my client, and I've invested way more time in you and your case than you could even, I'm actually paying you at this point to work for you. So for you to say that was the biggest mistake, and I'm done. You're getting your final report. I'm going to give you a photograph I'm going to do one last candle work for everything and have a nice fucking day. I'm going to take a picture of it. Click, click, click. It's like, oh my God, that's so hard. I mean, I could easily do that for everybody. Is that a joke? Is it a fucking joke that you think, that's what everybody else does, mind you. Okay? And yet, you think it's that easy for me to just be like, I'm done? It's not, honey. It's not. At this point, fuck no, it's not. Here you go. Here's your candle work, and I'm going to even tell you everything I've done since I got you, okay? I'm going to break it down for you real fucking good, okay? Because I put dates and everything and times on I have a notebook. I'm old school. I write down everything I do. I'm not going to get into detail with the sihr, but I'm going to tell you when I did what, okay? And whatever details I can give you, like burying in a cemetery or whatever, I will. And I'm done. Call it a fucking wrap, okay? You got nerve. You haven't spoke to me in months, nor have you gotten one booster, nor have you gotten one group ritual, nothing. Everything's been on my dime since fucking November. And I told you that your case was next to impossible, but that what I was going to try to do is, if obviously that's not possible, I'm going to try to get you something else. Not a person. I won't get into too many details because it's a really kind of bizarre, different case. I'm going to get you some type of other thing, okay? And you are just unreal and disrespectful. And so I'm not going to tolerate it. And yeah, we're done. So go somewhere else, see if they'll put up with you, see if they'll work with you for next to a year and tolerate that. Okay? Never ask you for an additional penny. You think you buy somebody for that, like, for that amount of money? Are you fucking kidding me right now? And if any of you guys know me and worked with me, you know I will fucking go over and beyond what I have to do to please you, like, let me not curse and call everybody like a motherfucker, because that's not, I love all of you, mostly, most of you. You guys know I will go above and beyond, okay? Above and beyond, to the point where I'm not profiting. I have to keep taking readings, consults, and clients so I can balance my shit. I have to do group rituals. I have to do different shit. I sure as fuck don't make anything barely off my full set clients, because 90% of them are fucking difficult cases. So if you see me posting a testimonial on a full set client, that client had a difficult case. There's only about a 10% chance that they were just like, and if they were an easy case, I'll even tell you, get a group ritual, get a honey jar, get this, and you just insisted you wanted my full set work. That's very few and far between, okay? So all my full set, all my testimonials that aren't for group rituals or products or whatever, or anything on my website, like a honey jar or something, those were full set clients, and those were difficult fucking cases, okay? All right, I'm like getting pissed even thinking about it. I'm like, oof, oof, like above and fucking beyond. Thank you. Good night to you, baby. Love you. Okay? Bend over backwards. So does Gabby, bro. So does Gabby. Like, what more do you fucking want from me? Wave a fucking magic wand and make everything happen. And a lot of you fucking, like, I'll catch you up in lies. You know, I'll never forget. Let me tell you about this girl. And I know I'm going off on a different topic, but this is a live chat. Whatever. We talk about different things. I'll never forget this one girl, right? And this is one of the few cases that I got that I really didn't think would be a problem at all. I even said to her, sounds very, like, much simpler than what I'm used to getting. Like, are you sure? In fact, at the time, I didn't even have honey jars or anything like that, but on my website. But I offered to even do that. I was like, I could do like something cheap for you, because I really don't think it's going to be that hard, you know? And she's like, no, I want your full work, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. Just for you guys that don't know, my full set work is I typically work it, not charge it. Charging and working are two different things in my type of practice, okay? Charging means charging it on my altar, burning a candle on it, you know, chanting over it for a little bit, but not working it is it's a 27-day process of doing a spell every fucking day for 27 days, 21 days, or 30 days, whatever it is I do. Okay? And watch how many witches claim to do the same thing, because they always try to emulate me or pretend to do what I do, and they definitely fucking don't. And it shows. But anyway. But any fucking ways. So, this girl, excuse my language, let me give you this scenario. She had a child with somebody, and they were still in contact and even intimate when I got with her, when I took her. And that's why I thought, wow, that I rarely get that. So I offered her something really cheap. She didn't want it. I said, okay, I do the full set work. I give her specific instruction to not talk about the relationship with him. Only talk about the baby. No more sex. Keep it friendly. Keep it cute. Don't fight with him, but don't hound him. Don't ask are we getting back together. Don't do none of that, okay? Simply talk about your child. Do not contact him unless it is about your child. And if he contacts you, make sure that if he tries to talk about anything but the child, you don't engage. Unless he tells you he wants to be with you and he misses you, or he let like something along that line, or at least starts to bring that up. Then you can entertain the conversation. Okay. So now, 2 months goes by. Okay, that's still 90 days. Okay. I always give 3 full cycles of the moon minimum. Okay. 3 months. But this one in my head, I'm thinking 30 days maybe, right? Okay, fine. 3 months goes by, and she's like, no, it's not working, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're following directions, right? You're doing everything. You did your homework, because I give homework, which I'm not going to get into, but it's pretty simple, and everybody should be able to do it. And if not, I let them know. If there's something of the homework you cannot do, let me know. No, yeah, I'm doing the homework. I said, okay, you're keeping it just kosher, right? Yep, sure. 6 months goes. Still nothing. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. So then 8 months goes by. Still not working. I'm like, something ain't fucking right. I said, are you sure you're following my directions? Yes, positive. Then a year comes, and because mind you, she's booking readings every few months so I can see what's going on, so I coach her and everything else. So I'm coaching her one time, and she slips up and says something, and I'm like, whoa, hold on, what'd you just say? She slips up and says, yeah, I told him, why is he doing this to me? I'm like, what? Wait, what? Why is he doing what? I said, oh, and mind you, she had already told me this was a WhatsApp conversation. So she's sending me the screenshots, and I'm reading them. Don't ever try to fucking fool me. Don't ever try to fool me, because I feel and I know, and I may not have finished college or be like the highest educated person, but I'm a very smart bitch. Don't fucking try me. Doesn't even take a genius, but anyway. So I'm like, I want to see screenshots. Give me the screenshots. I want to see screenshots now. Don't fucking tell me you delete them. I know you save every single text from this man. Give me the screenshots now. And I tell my clients, you better not delete screenshots. You better not delete screenshots. You better not tell me. I want my clients to have all their screenshots and conversations. So none of my clients better tell me that. So she sends me the screenshots, only his side of it, not her responses. So I'm looking, and the shit he's saying, I'm like, wait a minute, what? I'm like, hold on, let's call her, I don't know, Julie. Let's say Julie. Julie, why would he say, I told you I don't want a relationship right now. Why do you keep asking? I just want to come see my son. Why would he say that if you promised me and assured me that this whole entire time you were not fucking hounding him to be in a relationship? Because when I got her, that's exactly what she was doing. And I specifically instructed her not to do that. It will counteract the work. I can't do a domination reconciliation to dominate this guy when you're acting like a little bitch in the physical world, a little fucking crybaby, pathetic, I hate to use that word, low self-esteem, passive, submissive person. Does that make sense to you? That's like telling me to do a crown of success or a prosperity spell, and or even a money jar, and you just sit on your fucking ass in your house playing video games, not looking for a job. Do you think that money is just gonna fly through the fucking window, or what? That's like having me do a friendship spell to make you and somebody friends again, and you go to that person's house and cuss them out every day. Are they going to want to be your fucking friend just because I'm doing a spell? Do you not think that you have to put even the slightest bit of effort into this and do your part? No, right? No. Does that make sense to you? That's like me doing a weight loss spell and you're sitting on your fucking ass eating Twinkies and bonbons all day and not exercising. Does that make sense? No. I'm sorry, but I live in this thing called reality. Just because I'm a witch doesn't mean that I'm God. And it doesn't mean that I'm a genie in a fucking bottle and I can just blink my eyes and nod my head and snap my fingers and wiggle my fucking nose and make whatever you want happen. I'm sorry, ma'am, sir. It don't work like that. If I gave you instructions, my love, that means they are relevant, pertinent, and important to your case. Otherwise, I would not waste my breath telling you to do things. Why would I do that? Does that make sense to you? No. If it does, then I would suggest that you read a book, go back to school, do something to elevate your IQ. Okay? So, I'm like, why would he say all these? This just doesn't make sense. I said, and why am I only getting his side of the conversation? Where is he just talking to himself? Where's your side? Now, you know how WhatsApp has the option to do voice notes, right? And I happened to see a little, like in the screenshot, you could see where she was doing voice notes in the screenshot. So I'm going, let me hear your voice notes. Forward them. In WhatsApp, you could forward them. I said, you have about 5 seconds to forward me your voice notes now. Mind you, I had been working on this girl for a year. Granted, she purchased readings, but that was it. That day she finally did a booster. You're goddamn right, and you're lucky I didn't charge you to do the whole thing. Nowadays, this was a long time ago. Let me not, okay? A year, okay? And I think I charged her for domination, reconciliation. For 2 spells, I charged her at the time $900, and that might sound like a lot to you. But when I'm dealing with the case for a fucking year, not only doing the work 27 days straight, every month for 6 months, boosting it up, and if it's a separation, twice a month, and if there's a Blockbusters, 3 times a month for 6 months, and then if you haven't got any boosters at that point, after 6 months and it still hasn't manifested, granted, let's not forget, the cases I get have been mostly over 3 months, 6 months, a year of separation. So it requires that type of effort. Okay, this is not no. Oh, we were broken up a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, or a month ago. Okay, no, this is, and even 3 months or more is considered high level of difficulty. Whether you're still in contact with that person or not. Actually, no. If you're still in contact with the person, having sex with the person, like this person, it is lower level. But again, this girl insisted, probably because she knew she wasn't going to follow directions, insisted I do the full set, even though I offered her something much cheaper. And I'm glad she didn't take that and took the more option because, oh man. So $900, 27 days of work, that breaks down to about what? $11 a day per spell, if I'm not mistaken, $13 a day per spell. I could even be wrong on that math. I got to calculate it, but about $13 a day per spell. Then, not counting the boosters, not counting having to pay Gabby to sift through your emails, not counting my time going through your emails, trying to figure out what's going on, not counting the time that you take off my schedule when you book. And yeah, I appreciate the reading, but you're a current client who I can't, seem to get manifested for some reason, and you're not going to get any extra work. So, of course, any new client that I get can't get that spot, but I won't count that because at least she did that. I appreciate when people at least put in the effort and the, put in something towards their work, like a reading to see what's going on, that is appreciated, so I won't even go there. But you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. Okay, so I'm sorry, but $900 for a fucking almost a year of work is kind of like not okay and not even. Okay, but regardless, this is what I go through because I don't like to fail and I want to make everybody happy, and that's my fucking problem because I have to remember I cannot please everybody all the time. I just can't. I'm not God. I'm not God, but I want to. I really want everybody to get exactly what they asked me for. Otherwise, I feel like I'm a failure. Okay? And that's why testimonials are so important to me, to remind me that I'm a badass bitch and there's just some people you can't fucking help. Okay, I'm getting emotional because I'm like so upset. Like thinking about some of the shit, it just makes me so upset. But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. So I hear her voicemail, her voice notes to this guy. And when I tell you guys, this woman was not only saying everything I told her not to say, begging, crying, arguing, everything all in one, okay? In several voice notes. Several, okay? Like probably worse than she was even when I got her. I don't know if she went up a few notches because she knew I was working for her, but this girl took it to the absolute extreme, okay? I love you, Julia. Like, went, like, berserk on this, like, crying, like, not even just, like, a tearing up cry, like, why are you doing this to me? But I love you and I just want you back. But why? You can't be there for your son. And he is there for his son, mind you. Oh, like, beyond to the fucking max. And when I tell you, this is not the only, I've had a few stories like this, y'all. I've been doing this for going on 5 years now for the public. I've been a witch since I'm 13. I mean, I'm a born witch, okay? I post in my ancestry, I'm a full-bred, 100% Arab, Palestinian, Levantine Arab. That is as ancient as it gets. I don't have 5% of this, 2%. And when I did another, it wasn't ancestry because they got really like in depth. And even went as far as to say Mesopotamian, that doesn't even exist anymore. I mean, that's an ancient fucking country. My blood is ancient, okay? I have this shit deep rooted in my fucking veins. My grandmother was a witch. My great grandmother was a witch. My uncle was a high priest. I'm a bad bitch. So if I can't do something, that means it cannot fucking be done. Okay? Period. Go try and get it done somewhere else. Go try. I want to see how far they get you. And please, feel free to let me know for any of you that have. Please. Okay? I would love to see it. I bet you it doesn't exist. Okay? But anyway. And nobody, and I don't give a fuck how they pretend to be me, because ain't nobody me. Okay? The proof is in the pudding. Okay? Nobody will go as hard as I do. They'd be dumb, honestly, if they did. They would be a bad business owner if they did, because it puts you in the fucking red. So I highly doubt anybody will go through what I go through. But anyway, so I hear all this, and I'm telling you guys, I see red. Red. What do witches do? Jennifer, what do witches do? We practice magic. We do spiritual work. We put together or procure spells, and in order to change people's situation, spells that work, spells that cause good, spells that bring blessings, spells that cause harm towards other people, in which we have to eat the karma for. Go in a cemetery and freeze your fucking ass off in the Northeast in the dead of winter to bury shit in cemeteries, and to watch your ass to make sure that the cops don't fucking arrest you, because there's clearly a no trespassing, no loitering sign on many of these very, I try to go to very old, very historic, I'm in Connecticut now, cemeteries. And in South Carolina, where I'm moving, they're going to have even more historic, well, not maybe not more, but there are some historical cemeteries. I made sure to check on that. But very sacred cemeteries. Yeah, and for me personally, because I don't know of any other witch that does this unless they pretend to be me, but they coach, I personally, I'm not going to speak, maybe some of them do, I don't know, but I coach them. I have an assistant who I've trained very well, and if there's something that she doesn't know what to do, she'll ask me, and we literally give them as much coaching as possible throughout the process. On top of that, emotional support, we try, although I have to stress enough, that is a courtesy, not an obligation, and to use your discernment with the teachings and guidance that I've given you, okay? I mean, I can't hold your hand. You have to use discernment. If I tell you, don't call the fucking guy, don't cry, don't act like a blubbering fucking mess, do what I tell you, bro. Thank you, Guided Light. I know, Rob Volk, what's so fucking funny? Thank you, Jay Phoenix. And don't let me speak a curse on you, because if you're trying to be slick, I don't got no tolerance for motherfucking trolls tonight. And let me tell you something. If you think that I need to have a picture of you or even have your real name to fuck you up, okay, rubber room? Rubber room? Okay. Listen to these words. Your mother needs a rubber room, and your father needed a rubber when he knocked her up, motherfucker. He should have spit you on a fucking napkin. Who the fuck do you... You're the one would need a rubber room. You're the one in my motherfucking life watching me, bitch. So what you mean, rubber room? You clearly ain't got no friends in here on a Saturday fucking night trolling bitches. Please, rubber room. Get the fuck out of here, okay? But let me tell you this, bitch. 45 days. I'm not going to fuck you up too bad, but within 45 days, I promise you're going to regret coming up in this motherfucking life. I don't even have to light a candle on you, bitch. Your parents are dead. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but they should have taught you some fucking manners. Dummy. You know what a dummy is? I'm not a dummy. Somebody who doesn't fucking speak. That's what a dummy is. Bitch, you're the dummy. Pussy. You're the one hiding behind a motherfucking screen talking shit to a woman. What kind of man are you? Okay, you need a rubber room. Clearly you haven't handled the death of your parents, obviously, because, I mean, you disrespected me. What do I give a fuck? My mother's dead too. And, okay, don't disrespect me. You need a rubber room. And once again, your father should have put a rubber on before he knocked your mother up, because clearly you ain't got no respect. Okay? In my fucking live, talking shit to me, who in the fuck are you? But I promise you, keep it up, motherfucker, and I will send you a curse much worse than what I'm about to send you. In the next 45 days, you will have the worst luck you could ever possibly imagine. Miscommunications with people, if you have any friends, that is. If you drive, I would be real careful for a flat tire getting pulled over. I'm just going to make, like, shit, like, inconvenience you for now because you haven't went too overboard, and I almost feel sorry for you bringing up your dead parents, but go ahead and make it worse for yourself and think it's a game, okay? Because I don't need to do shit other than say what I just did, and I promise you my spirits will come for you, Rob Volk, and I really hope that's not your real name, because if it is, oh boy, even worse. So go ahead and say something else, punk. Anyway, thank you, Renew. Don't come up in here and disrespect me. Period. Trolls. In your little troll groups. Okay? Sitting on a fucking couch. The couch potatoes. What do you call yourselves? Fucking, what? Trolling people that you don't even know. What kind of pathetic life is that? Sometimes it's funny, I guess, when I get to clown you, but I ain't the one, homie. Anyway, so, any other trolls want to come get it, but let me warn you, I don't need your real name, So if you want to take that risk, if it's really worth it to you to talk shit to somebody you don't know, keyboard warrior, couch potato, whatever, then be my guest. He was just trolling. Oh, one person, what do witches do? And they said, oh my God, this is hilarious. Hilarious that I'm talking about my spirituality, my spiritual practice and what I do. And for the fact that I am a relationship coach and I also coach my clients. That's funny to him for some fucking reason. Probably because he himself needs coaching or spells to procure a woman or a man, as the case may be, because he's clearly lonely, not cuddling up with nobody tonight because he's sitting up in here talking shit to complete fucking strangers. Anywho, now, where was I? Ancestors, I've seen her do. Yeah, and on top of that, not only that, but how many trolls have you guys seen come back begging me to stop fucking them up? Where's Ankita? Ankita, you still in here? Please tell these people if you're still in here. How many people you have seen in my comments that you personally have responded to who were trolls, oh, Shireen too has seen them, who begged me to stop fucking them up. And I didn't even really mean to fuck them up too bad. I just spoke some shit on them. Today we got, oh, sorry, Jennifer. I wasn't talking about... My bad, I didn't take that the wrong way. I was saying he was responding when I answered your question. He was responding in a disrespectful manner. Today, me and Justin got pulled over by a cop. I shit you not, guys. Mind you, I'm in the car with him. We get pulled over, right? Justin pissed off one of my spirits. He gave one of my spirits his gold bracelet for something they did for him, an offering, and then he borrowed it without asking and didn't give it back until I saw him wearing it. I'm like, yo, give that back to St. Anthony. And one time he borrowed money from one of the altars, not realizing, and didn't put it back. And I told him, you could borrow money from the altars as long as you put it right back with more, okay? I told him, make sure you put that money back, okay? Don't do that. He did it, and he didn't mean to, but he forgot. Well, they reminded him real fucking quick, okay? Real quick. Little shit has just been happening, and that's how I knew. I said, Justin, did you ever give that money back? After I had caught him wearing the bracelet, the gold bracelet he gave to one of my other spirits, St. Anthony. And he's like, oh, shit. I was like, no fucking wonder. I said, I knew something because the spirits are just letting little shit happen to you. And I'm finding all this stuff. I'm like, I knew you did something. I said, you better go get that money and put it right the fuck back with more. Double. And apologize. And get her some flowers. It was Santa of all the deities. He does it to Santa. And he loves Santa. He respects her. He's getting a tattoo. But he doesn't know everything. So we get pulled over today, right? Mind you, he had gotten pulled over in North Carolina driving home and got a ticket. Not only a ticket, but a fucking court appearance because he was going so much over the limit. Today, I'm in the car with him, right? And he's driving. We get pulled over in Orange, Connecticut. And let me tell you something about Orange and West Haven cops. They never, when I tell you never, let you go. From what I've heard, I've never gotten a ticket. Knock on wood, smudla. Thank my spirits for that. But I've never even got pulled over from them. Knock on wood, thank you, spirits. Anyway, we get pulled over on the way back from Costco. I'm in the car, and I'm like, fuck, because the car is in my name, the insurance is my name, and I'm like, you just got a fucking ticket, you motherfucker. And this is when I realized that he pissed off the spirits. When he got the first ticket, I'm like, well, maybe shit just happens. You know, you're not exempt from anything bad happening to you just because you're married to a witch or you are a witch. You know, life still happens. So I didn't think nothing of it. But then today, I'm like, again, like a month later, I'm like, so he pulls us over and I'm like, fuck, it's an Orange fucking trooper. And that's their whole job is to give you tickets. So I just literally sat in the car and I said, Spirit, I had my bracelet and I took it off. I had it in my hand and I'm like, Spirit, please don't let him give us a ticket. Please don't let him give us a ticket. Whatever he did, I apologize. I'll make it up. Please don't let him give us a ticket. He comes up He was so cool, so nice. But they could still be nice and give a ticket, right? So I'm still cussing Justin out when he walks up, whatever. He goes back to his car. He's there for like 2 minutes, comes right back and says, I'm just going to give you a verbal warning. I don't want to get you in trouble with the wife. Justin looks at me, he goes, damn, baby, you're a badass bitch. I say, yeah, because the spirits were protecting me. I said, but you did something to piss them off. And that's when, anyway, he told me. So I just have to ask my spirits when it comes to me and mine, and even in some of my clients and my loved ones, if it's a certain thing, like the time this woman I was on the phone with, while I'm doing her consult, this was a brand new person I never met. Some guy busts into her house, and her sister was there, and it turned out it was her sister's ex. And I hear all this commotion, like this girl, and my client is like frozen, and she's yelling at the guy. I'm going, what's going on? What's going on? He's like, my sister's ex is here. He's crazy. He's gonna hurt her. I swear to God, y'all, I have my cauldron because I was already doing her reading. I start burning my spirit powder that I use to do readings. That's how I connect with my spirits. And I start burning it, and I'm like, please, spirit, make this man leave, make this man leave, make this man leave. I shit you not, I wish she was here. She said he stopped in his tracks. He was literally up in her face, had her by her throat, stopped in his tracks, and just turned around and walked out the door. She's like, it was the weirdest thing. He just like froze and left. And she actually ended up getting work from me because, I mean, she witnessed that. She's like, Shireen, every time he comes here, they live in the Caribbean, so it's kind of, I don't know if it's the same for like restraining orders and stuff, but apparently he does this like once a month or once every few months. He's done it a few times. And she said, that's the first time I've never seen him leave without the cops being called, and they typically take forever to get here. So it's always our stuff gets destroyed, she gets beat up, I get beat up. She's like, I've never seen that. So, you know, some things, especially if it's something of importance like that, for people I don't even know, my spirits will, yep, my spirits, and I swear, I put this on my mother's grave. I would never lie. Like, that's exactly what happened. It was bizarre. But anyway, back to the story. Sorry. I'm such a squirreler when I'm talking to you guys. Anyway. So after I hear this message, right, I literally started crying. When I get so mad, I have a few different phases of anger. If I'm like screaming, like, and going off, that's level 1. I'm pissed, but I'll probably calm down in a few minutes and apologize and just get over it. My clients have seen that part when they do something, and I'll be like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? Why'd you do that? I don't understand. Do you think like my time is like for free? Do you think my materials are for free? And then they'll apologize, and I'll be like, okay, I'm sorry too. I apologize. I love you. You know, I love you, whatever. Okay, that's that level. The second level, okay, is when I just get quiet and I talk very low and calm. And if I do that, you better be careful, because I am very angry. But when I cry from anger, that's the highest. If you make me cry in anger, that's a combination of hurt, anger, rage, disrespect, disappointment, everything. And at that point, I don't even care enough to yell at you. I'm done. Okay? So I said, all this time you let me work on your case using my time, my energy, my materials, my offerings, everything, my coaching, everything, my assistant who I pay, who could be doing other things, and you lie to me, and you tell me this entire time you've been following instructions to the letter at that. And I'm thinking something's wrong with me. And I'm looking at the cards every time and I'm going, Are you sure? Because this doesn't make sense. And I felt it and I knew it. I just didn't have proof other than my cards. But when somebody's denying it right to your face, what can you say? Call them a liar? I mean, what? At the end of the day, she is my client. What can I say? You know? Like, I know, but I'm still, I really care about this girl. I still care about this girl. I care about all my clients, even if they do drive me crazy. Even if I final report you, that just means you're unbearable to work with and I can't do it anymore. I can only take so much, okay? But to be lied to right to my face constantly and then to find out only after I demanded your screenshots and proof, to find out not only were you not following my directions, but you went above and beyond not following my directions. You went like, you made this impossible. You made this, you counteracted everything I did. You went against the grain. You canceled out everything that I've done is pretty much null and void, a waste of my time because you were not matching my energy. I'm doing domination, reconciliation. You're crying and begging and provoking and everything you're not supposed to do. Like, and lying to me about it. So I'm here wasting my time and I could be doing other things. I could be living my life. I could be working on another client who is following directions. And you did that. So needless to say, I dropped her that day. But then, of course, she convinced me and apologized profusely. She paid for a booster, which I really should have made her pay for the whole work all over again. But at the time, my patience level was higher than what it is now. But after going through so many people like that, you know, a person can only take so much, man. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know how we got on that subject, but somebody mentioned people not following directions. But anyway, back to the subject I was posting about. Don't go by social media at the end of the day. Sean John, I always say her, I'm sorry, Sanjean Tan. Hi, Shreen, I'm always thinking of you and your spirits. I had a rough week, but seeing and hearing you have lifted my spirits. I love and appreciate you so much. I'm blessed to have you in my life. Here's a little something for you and your spirits. Aw, thank you, babe. Love you. And I still have yet to post your verbal testimonials that you gave me. You sent it at like 9 different ones. So I have to like put them all together. Don't think I don't appreciate it. I love you and I appreciate it. And I'm going to post it this week. I'm going to put it all in one video and post it. So thank you for that. And don't worry, girl. I mean, you know, Mercury retro, there's, I think, 6 planets in retrograde right now, if I'm not mistaken. So you guys may go through difficulty, and that's life. You know, life is going to happen. But don't forget all the other beautiful manifestations that you've gotten. One rough week, we all have rough weeks. It doesn't negate anything that you've already been blessed with. And so just try to keep a positive mindset. Be thankful for what you do have and just try to, you know, like power through this chaotic energy because, you know, sometimes you have to. You know, like I said, being a witch or working with a witch, or even if you've already manifested, doesn't exempt you from life. Life is going to happen. Lessons have to be learned. You know, our, you know, purpose on this earth is to learn. 2 major conjunctions. Right, Mercury and Jupiter, I believe. Oh, Samhain ritual, y'all. I only have 10 spots left on the Samhain ritual already. I damn near sold out on the first day, mashallah. Samhain is I used to always say Samhain because that's how it's spelled. But it is a ritual that's very, it's the Day of the Dead, and also I'm doing it for 3 days, the 30th, the 1st, and the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st. So the 30th is my mother's birthday, God rest her soul, and she's obviously one of my guides. She's my aunt. She's my mother, and she's very special to me. The veil is thinning. So spirit, like from now, every day from today up until Samhain and even into the winter solstice, the veil thins, okay? And on those days, okay, the 30th, 31st, and the 1st, which the 30th happens to be my mother's birthday, which is a hard time for me, but this is also a way for me to honor her and honor all my ancestors. Plus new moon, right? So what I'm doing is I'm doing a Samhain ritual in honor of, it's like a Samhain and Day of the Dead, honoring our ancestors. So anybody who gets the ritual, I'll be honoring your ancestors as well. And I will be, this is a time where they can hear you very clearly. So I will be petitioning them for guidance, for clarity, for to push us through what we need in life, our endeavors, our intentions, mainly for abundance, love, success. Mainly, I would say for this, like new beginnings. It's because it's a start of a new, like, not season, because the season is the 21st, but it's like entering a new like phase in the year where the veil is thinning, and so they can hear you very clearly. So asking for abundance, success, new beginnings, love, but not really difficult like reconciliation cases, like to enhance love or to find new love, or pretty much anything. This ritual can be used for healing, protection, whatever you want your ancestors to help you with. And if you don't put a petition, please put the date of birth and your name in the petition. If you don't, I will have to use your name on the order and your address. Okay, I'm not going to chase you for it. Please put it in the order. Getting a million emails afterwards really sucks, but instead of emailing it to Justin, just email the website so I can just add it right into your order. That would be great, because I use those orders to do my petition and to carve the candle. But so it's a very good ritual. I only have 10 spots left, and I'm closing it out. I couldn't believe it. The first day, I could not believe it. Thank you, guys. I love you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Jessica. I already got one. Make that 9. So if you already got your ritual, you're good. So yeah, back to squirrel again. Back to the subject at hand. Don't let social media fool you, because people are going to post what they want you to see. They're going to post what they want you to hear. Thank you, Shireen Habibti. And now make that 8. Jay Phoenix, Faith in the Unseen. All her rituals are amazing. Mwah, love you, babe. No, they're not. Mel, you're absolutely right. Not all most of my clients are, 99% of my clients. Well, no, let me cut that to 90%. Let me say 80%. 80% of my clients are amazing. Amazing, generous, kind, beautiful souls. And I'm sorry that you don't get to hear as much. Well, you do. You do hear it, because when they're in here, I always praise them, and I always say how much I appreciate them and love them. You feel attacked. Why do you feel attacked? How are you attacked if you're not a client? I'm sorry that how I feel about certain things make you feel attacked, but that's how I feel, and that's my experience. So I'm sorry if that makes you feel attacked, but please tell me how you feel attacked. I don't want to make you feel attacked at all, and I apologize if I do, Melly, but that's not my intention. I'm just giving you my... When I talk to you guys, I honestly feel like I know you, and maybe I should kind of back off on that. Okay, make that 7. Thank you guys, love you. Shireen, someday I wish to make so much money that I can get all of your rituals. I use your prosperity oil bracelets every day. Client insists for life. Always, Habibti. Love you, babe. Let me get that. Listen, I'm going to smoke one more cigarette and I'm going to go to bed. But let me just say this. You know, Melly makes a good point, and I'm going to acknowledge that I'm probably wrong for bitching a lot. I can't help it. When I come on here and we're talking about certain things and it brings up certain scenarios, I can't help it but to be myself and express how I feel. And I know that offends some people, and I know some people get negative vibes off of me because of that, some people. And I tried really for the longest time to not ever do that. If you guys look back, like for the last, I don't know, months ago, I would say, I really did try to not rant at all. I really did try to, like, not cuss as much, not whatever. But then whenever I did that, I noticed some of my clients, and really, when you hear me bitching about these, I'm really maybe talking about maybe 2 out of 10, or yeah, so about, no, maybe like 1 out of 10. So like 10 out of 100 people I'm talking about. It's very, very minority, okay? But whenever I don't say anything and put out like a public service announcement, I notice they get off the chain. Like they just don't care. And it's like, I'm a good person. Like, good people don't have to tell you they're a good person. But my point in saying that is I will do anything I can for somebody. That is the God's honest truth. And so when I feel attacked, I feel like, why aren't you noticing for these people? Because believe me, all my other clients do notice. Thank you, Death Queen Habibti. Thank you for everything you and your spirits manifested and blessed me with in every area of my life. I appreciate you and your spirits so much. And this is a small offering to them. You're truly amazing. I love you. You flipped my life. Let me get that. Aw, Death Queen, you make me cry. I appreciate you. I love you so much. Thank you. That was so nice. You know, so when I feel attacked, or when I feel like, and I'm just talking, or somebody brings something up, and I almost have PTSD, I swear, from that. Like from some of the shit that I've endured from some very little small percentage of people over the years. And even those people that have done me like that, like the girl I was just talking about, I still didn't drop her. I didn't even make her pay for the work all over, even though I did it over and over and over again, okay? Because I care about her. To this day, I care about her. I wanted her to get what she wanted. And she eventually did, once she started following my direction. Go figure. But it could have happened way sooner than what it did. So I tell these stories, number one, because I feel like I know you guys. And I really like, even when some of you in the lives book a reading with me and I talk to you, I feel like I'm talking to an old friend, that I'm just reading an old friend. Make that 6, y'all. Okay, it might be closed out by the time I sign off here. But so it's not my intention to attack anybody, or like nobody would know who I'm talking about except for me and that person, and even some people who think I'm talking about them, which I'm not. But if you think I'm talking about you, you probably know you've been extra with the whole process. So it's just me expressing myself and telling you guys how it makes me feel. At the end of the day, I have feelings. I'm a human being. It's not, would you want to work for somebody that never tells you when good things are happening, and then when they have a complaint, or whenever things are going wrong in their life, or like things that don't even have anything to do with what I'm working on? Like, I had a bitch tell me once that she had food poisoning, and I'm doing a love spell for her, like, and she emailed me freaking out about food poisoning to Gabby. And Gabby's like, she's like, she thought it was like some spiritual thing, or I don't know if she was intimating that it had something to do with my work. That I get very like, are you trying, if you're telling me something that has nothing to do with what I'm doing, are you like, why are you telling me? Because do you think it has something to do with me, or like you want me to fix it, or you just want to complain? I'm confused. And what does that have to go to a doctor? Like, I'll light a healing candle for you, but it wasn't even, she was just saying, hey guys, oh, I had the worst week, I had food poisoning. No, it wasn't like that. Oh my God, Gabby, you need to update Shireen. I have food poisoning and I think there's something wrong, and I don't know, am I being spiritually attacked? Or like, girl, you ate something. Where did you go somewhere? Did you eat it somewhere new? Yeah, I went to this seafood restaurant and ate some bad crabs. Well, there you go. You just said, oh, not even just a seafood restaurant. She said she went to a suspect seafood restaurant and ate some bad crabs, and she knew they kind of smelled funny, but she ate them anyway, and she has food poisoning. Go to a doctor. I'll happily light a candle for you and pray for you, but why is that an emergency? She like came at it like it was an emergency. Oh my God, Gabby, I need to talk to Shireen right now. I ate bad crabs. I have food poisoning. Like shit like that, dude. Like, like, so yeah, I expressed to you the frustration because I care about all of you, even if I don't work with you, even if I don't know you. And so I feel like a lot of you do care about me. And maybe that's kind of like corny to say, but I know a lot of you guys, not all of you obviously, but I know for a fact a lot of you guys care about me. So when I tell you these things, it's just because, first of all, sometimes I kind of want validation. Like, am I crazy for feeling this way? Like, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me, did I overreact? So a lot of the times that's one reason, and the other reason is for people to see what it's doing to me and to understand that that's not good energy. Right now it's waning moon. When it happens during waning moon, okay, I could take that energy, use it, and fuck some people up with it. But when it's during a waxing moon and you're getting me that frustrated, that is not good. When I have to constantly ground, cleanse my energy, cleanse my whole house again and again and again to make sure that that negative energy doesn't affect my work. I won't even go in the room with where I separate the rooms. I do my dark work in the one side of the basement or in the patio outside. Or I do my light work in the right side of the basement, or I'll do it here, like in my kitchen and stuff. But always, and outside I can do that because I can cleanse the area. It's open, so I can cleanse it very easily. But I rarely use the back porch. It's typically my one side of the basement. I keep it separated, okay? And because I don't want cross-contamination. My products always stay in the right side of the basement where it's clean energetically. It's always cleansed. I never go in there yelling. I never go in there fighting. I never go in there upset because I don't want that to contaminate my work, my products, my anything. But when I can't, what am I going to do? Every time I get upset, go outside and leave the house for hours? No, it just happens here. I have to cleanse. I have to go through a whole process, do a cleansing bath and everything, unless it's a waning moon time, to make sure that my energy doesn't fuck up anything else. So that's another reason why I let people know how I feel and what it's doing to me. So maybe it'll give me a break, slow them down with the emails for a week, because that's really all it does. Maybe stop them for a week of doing it. But God forbid we have planets in retrograde, or a really nasty, eclipse or a full moon that's really like giving everybody, a heightened sense of emotion and things like that. Those times it's like everybody floods you at once. And even the manifested ones that can't come back. It's like, I feel like I'm a witch mother to literally at this point, well, thousands of people, but I mean, obviously not at the same time, but I have a lot of my manifested clients, when they have a problem, even if I'm not working with them anymore, they'll message me or Gabby to ask for advice. And of course, I'm going to give it to them. But, and I don't mind that, and I love them, and I appreciate you guys, but I'm just saying, I have to tell you how I feel, so you guys as clients and potential clients know this is what it is. And if you don't like it, then I don't suggest you work with me. But that being said, people who care are passionate about what they do, whether it's one way or the other. Thank you, Melly. Thank you for checking me too, because I don't realize I offend some people or make some people feel attacked. I don't want to do that, especially if you're not even a client yet. I don't want you to feel scared to work with me. And I know a lot of people have told me, but they still worked with me anyway. Not a lot, but I've had some people tell me, I was scared to work with you at first. I saw your rant videos and I got scared because, I didn't want to get bitched at. But then I was like, fuck it. I took the chance anyway, because I realized you rant because you obviously are passionate. And then when they spoke to me and they're like, you're the sweetest person. So I don't know why I was scared. And you can bitch at me anytime, like if I need it. So thank you, Melly. Did I say thank you to Sanjan Tan? I did say thank you. I know I told her to stay strong and everything, but I wanted to make sure I said thank you. And hang in there, baby. I always say, if you don't fuss, you don't care. Exactly. Maybe I should be a little less extra about it sometimes, but that's just me. I can't help it. I can't help it. I am who I am. Your rants let me know you take pride in your work. Thank you, Vicky. I really do. And it's not only I take pride in my work, I take so much pride in my work. So much so that it affects me. Like, if I can't make something happen for somebody, even if it's just one person out of 10, make that 5. Thank you, Brittany. It bothers me. It really, truly, and especially if it's somebody, I love all my clients, even the pains in the asses, even the ones that I final reported. I would say maybe there's only 3 clients in my whole career doing this for people that I final reported that I want nothing to do with because of absolute disrespect, no regard, and fakeness, and just never again. And they've tried to work with me again, believe me, but I can't work for somebody I don't like, and you made me not like you. And like I said, in 5 years, only 3 people I feel like that. I can count them on my hand, and I can name them by name. But, other than that, even the ones I have had to final report, which aren't very many, it was just because I could not handle it anymore. I could not take anymore. I tried, and I gave chance after chance after chance, and here I am busting my ass, doing everything I can, to the point where I'm even paying out of my pocket to help you at this point. You never offered to pay for any boosters, and I will never ask. I have too much pride to ask. Gabby will. Gabby don't have no problem, but I will never. And I'll even ask, like, why'd you? I said, you didn't have to pay for the booster. And they'll tell me, well, Gabby said. I said, well, Gabby's just looking out for me. Or most of them will say, well, I wanted to because I know you work hard, and I appreciate that. And even if you don't, I understand if you can't or whatever, and I will never ask you to pay for extra work. I don't do that. That's why I'm not cheap. I'd rather give you a price that I feel, is fair, and that's it. Not, ask for more than say, oh, like a lot of practitioners, they'll be like, "Oh, I'll do your spell for $50." Oh, okay, pay him 50. Oh, I'm gonna need another 250 for this. You give him that. Oh, but Spirit wants me to get another 300 for this. Give him that. Oh, but I'm gonna need to get a goat and kill it. I'm gonna need 500, and that's how they get you. So watch out for cheap, quote unquote, spellcasters. That's a gimmick. That's a game. They're just not honest, and they'll keep milking you for money. I'd rather just be honest and say, look, this is the amount of time I'm going to work it for this amount of days. This is what I do. This is my process. This is my price. I understand if you think it's too much, but given the amount of time I'm going to spend with you and the experience you're going to get with me as far as customer service, as far as coaching as much as possible, as far as customer support, I think it's more than fair. And if they don't, that's my value. So for anybody to tell me, oh, that's just too much, then you're undervaluing me, and that's okay, but that's my value. And I believe, really, for what I do, I could charge more, but I don't. I want to be affordable to some degree. And if somebody tells me that they have to borrow money to do it, I won't take it. I don't want you to pay with money you don't have. So I won't let it. I'll offer you something cheaper in hopes that it'll work. And if not, So I apologize if I vent too much. But I really see you guys. I know, like I said, it sounds corny. But I don't have a huge following. So I feel like a lot of you that come into my live and stuff, that I know you already. Y'all get readings from the live, and they'll be like, oh, I'm so-and-so from the live. And I'll be like, hey, girl, oh, my God. Like, I feel like I know them, So I'm sorry if I think we're more personal than what we are, but I'd like to think I care about you guys and you care about me. If any one of you came to me, you see, if you had a real problem and you like a major, thank you, Ankita. It's been 2 years since our first consult. You have saved me and my loved ones through so much. I am so much stronger, richer, healthier, successful. Aww. You got that. Ankita, you're like a sister to me, girl. I will always be, me and you'll always be in my life. And honestly, I have true friendships, like Patrona, who wasn't in here, but she was probably sleeping. Patrona, Sneha, Robertson's sister, Julia, Ankita, Jemmy. The list goes on. If I don't, Yusuf, Leo, I have personal relationships with them, even way after Shireen, Habibti, sorry, even after they've manifested. And I'm naming these people that, like, thank you, Jemmy Habibti, love you. Even after they manifest, they still ask about me. They still keep in touch with me. They support my small business. They, shout me out whenever they can. They, wish me a happy birthday, wish me a Merry Christmas, and I try to do the same for them, although there's way more of them than there are of me, so sometimes I, slip up and forget, but they're, and, well, the ones I talk to that have become my close friends, like Patrona, Sneha, and Nikita, and Julia, like, we'll talk on the phone. Like, Patrona and Sneha's come to visit me. Like, I wish I could have that one-on-one with each and every one of you, with all my clients. It's just not possible to have that with, I've worked with thousands of people by now, like at least over 1,000, I would say. And I wish I could have that with like a personal one-on-one like that with every single one of you, but I know I can't. It's not physically possible. But just know that if I could, I would. I would. You know, I would like to do a meet and greet one day, a free one, obviously. I'm not going to charge to meet people, but like maybe a meet and greet, and we could all meet in one city, you know. Maybe I'll do a pop-up shop too while I'm there. And so you wouldn't be paying to meet me, but I'll have my products and stuff if you guys want, or for other people, like, you know, to come to the pop-up shop. Um, so I was thinking about doing that, but so anyway, back to what were we talking about before? Yeah, hexing, cursing, separations. If you're gonna do them, Kels Castillo, my girl, she's another one that I have a very close bond with. Amber, Aisha. I mean, I have a close bond with a lot of my clients. A lot. I'm not even naming all of them. And I wish I could talk to you guys more often, just as friends. But I don't even have time to talk to my best friend, Virginia. She gets upset with me. I don't have time to talk to my cousins. I talked to my first cousin who we grew up together. We have the same DNA. My mom and their moms are sisters. My dad and their dad are brothers. And I just talked to one of them today for the first time in like 3 months. And that's because she's coming to visit, finally. I haven't seen her in a year. So I don't even get to talk to my family that much because I'm so busy. And I'm not complaining. I know I'm doing this to bust my ass for the next maybe year or two. And then I could, you know, be done and start flipping houses, which is what I want to do, which I'm already actually doing, knock on wood. خمسة بعينيكم عشرة فتيسكم. Go back into real estate. I love spiritual work, but I want to live. Like, I want to be able to, I don't want to die young, you know, um, because my mother died at 44 from pancreatic cancer, and she worked like me. Like, I get my work ethic from her. She was a workaholic, literally a real estate appraiser. And I'll never forget. Always had a feeling. Another one. Make that four. Thank you, Leviette. Um, and remember that movie Click with Adam Sandler? And I know I'm going off on a whole different topics, but conversation has a flow, right? Well, this movie Click came on right before she got diagnosed, and it's about Adam Sandler. If you all saw it, he's a real rich guy. He's a workaholic, never makes time for work or his family. And then one day he falls asleep and has this dream that he woke up and he had can't he you know he it was like years later, and he was overweight, and he lost his whole family because of his workaholism, and she was remarried. The love of his life was remarried. It was like a dream that he was in the future self of his. If you guys saw the movie, and then he ends up getting cancer, and he dies, but it's really a dream. And he woke up and realized that he needed to enjoy life. And I'll never forget when I watched that movie, getting this feeling about my mother, and just getting a feeling that something like that could happen to her, or might even happen to her. And and this was literally, guys, a month before she got diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer and given 6 months to live. She only lived 4. And I told her, and I couldn't save her, and that's the worst part, but um I remember telling her you need to enjoy life, Mom. I always wanted to do things with her and like have family things and stuff, and she would always be too busy. And I worked with her, so at least I was blessed in that aspect, because I was a real estate appraiser too, that I could work with her every day in the office. But that was the only time I really got to spend with her at that time. And I would always tell her that, Mom, you need to enjoy your life. You never know. And then Literally, lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. While we were watching that movie, I was saying, like, Mom, see, you see what this movie's message is what I've been trying to tell you. It was like a sign. And who knows, if she would have caught it that month earlier, maybe they could have did something. But pancreatic cancer is like an automatic death sentence. Um, so my point is, I feel like if I want to live my life, I have to do something else. Even though I love this practice, and I might still do products for you guys to do stuff like charge products, but full set clients, I have to be done no later than 2 years. I have to, because I want to live, and at the rate I'm going, 18 from 12, I won't exaggerate and say 18 hours a day every day, but 12 hours minimum on a full day, like with readings and all, to 18 hours maximum, uh, 6 days a week, and I get of one full day off of readings, but I still have to do work on those days, especially when the new moon and full moon always seems to happen on a Sunday or on the weekend. So every other Sunday, I'll have to do at least spell work, and on Saturdays, I take 3 readings a day on Saturdays. So I have and then I have to do dark work if it's waning moon. So I don't get time off. And then, not to mention, calling between clients, and it's a lot. And I'm not complaining. I'm very, very, very fortunate to be blessed and to have everything that I've wanted to accomplish. I've accomplished. I started from nothing. I had very little money to start with, and Spirit blessed me with a very prosperous. Um, I don't like to call it a business, but a business where I could to do what I enjoy. And it ain't easy to people think you could just jump into the spiritual field and you're just going to be blessed with clients. It takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to build up your there's a lot of competition. It is oversaturated. Okay, now 5 years ago, it wasn't like it is now. Now everybody on TikTok and everything wants to be a witch, and they'll just hop on there not knowing what the fuck they're doing, completely disrespecting the practice, and they think it's so, like, witches that ain't even been practicing a year, who are in their early 20s trying to teach people how to fucking do spell work. That is so disrespectful, but just because they think that it's easy and they can make a quick buck or scam people or whatever. But no, a real witch, it takes, if your spirits aren't giving you that that calling for you to do that, if that's not what you're meant to be doing, it is not going to be easy for you to get even one client. You will be begging for clients. Okay, for someone like me, it literally came to me not asking for it. Never made a video um, to try to promote me doing spell work for others. I started to make videos to teach you guys how to do it yourself. And then one thing led to the other. I helped a few people that were sent to me by Vagabond Moon. And then my reputation just went skyrocketing until I was very sought out. And so, because of what I can do and the amount of time and energy and everything and care that I take, yeah, I might be a bitch, and I might be hard on some of my clients because they need it, but it my spirits literally gave this to me. So yes, it became very prosperous. Smallah, mashallah, khamsa banekum wa ashara fatizkum. But it wasn't easy to get my name out there. It wasn't easy to prove myself to where I am at now, to where I have 2-month waiting list, 3-month waiting list. You know, it was not easy. So nothing that does well should be easy unless you're scamming motherfuckers. Anything worth doing, it's going to take hard work. But, you know, I worked my ass off to get to where I am, to prove my name. And my name is everything to me. So I try to make sure everybody's happy, but at some point I need to be able to enjoy my life, because it's not possible with putting it. I could do it if I was just one of these witches that will, you know, charge thousands of dollars for one spell and do it one time and never fucking ask about you again or anything, not deal with your ass. And I'm not saying that's wrong, that's the way they do it, but I can't do that. It's not within me. So if I want to have a life at some point, I have to, you know, I want to do real estate. This way I'll have time to live my life, to go outside in the daytime and see fresh air and get sunlight and smell the roses. I only go outside during the day to water my garden and to sometimes go to the store to get supplies, but most of that I get shipped from my wholesaler and stuff, or, you know, fruits and stuff. Sometimes I'll send Justin or whatever. My herbs I get shipped overseas. So really the only time I'm leaving my house is at night to go bury shit in the cemetery, and work in the cemetery, and my once in a blue moon day off. Full day off. So, you know, what kind of life is that at the end of the day? Yeah, I'm blessed and mashallah, I'm prosperous and I appreciate it and thank you, but I mean, what's the point of doing well and being and prospering if you can't enjoy your life, you can't enjoy your friends, you can't enjoy your family, because you're devoting every single time, every single minute you have to your clients and your work. That's not life. There should be a balance, and I feel like I'm not capable of balancing. I'm only like very driven to one thing when it comes to work. I have an addictive personality, so work is now my addiction. And I want and making people happy actually is my addiction. Like if even if somebody fucked up everything and broke all the rules, and I still and try to do everything I can, and I can't make that happen for them, it makes me so, like, almost, I don't know how to explain it, like depressed, sad, um, just sad for them, and like for me too. Like, why couldn't I help this person? What did I do wrong? Even if they did a lot wrong, you know, I blame myself. And so it takes a toll after a lot. But it doesn't happen very often where I can't help someone at all. But when it does, that's something that sticks with me forever. To this day, I'll think about somebody I felt that I failed 5 years ago, and I'll talk to them now, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I failed you, I'm sorry, I don't know, you know, um, what went wrong, because there have been a couple of people that did follow directions, and that person, their free will, I couldn't help them, I couldn't, you know, and I got them someone else, but I still felt like I failed them, you know, even though a lot of people would consider that a success, but, you know, so, oh, I love you too, Melly. Thank you, Jay Phoenix. I completely respect and support your decision. Follow your passion and dreams. Thank you for all that you taught us so much. I'm a booker reading. Book, you're officially done. that. Oops. What did I hit? Did I miss all these? Oh my gosh, you guys. Nova, can we send you on vacation like 10 full days off? We can collect money and offer you a beautiful trip so that you can get rest. Would you agree? Nova, I love you so much for the thought, but I wouldn't want you guys. Listen, when my client sent me, I had a client give me $2,000 tip. I've had another client give me 1,011, and then another 1,011. I had $500 tip from my girl Kadesh. Like, you guys do take care. My clients, a lot of them do. Victoria, she sends me $250 out of the blue, just randomly, just to say thank you. Aurora, she always $50 tip here and there. I mean, I have them. I don't have them all on the top of my head. I have to make a list and go through it, but they hook me up, and I don't even feel comfortable taking that. And I always tell them, like, no, I can't accept this. It's too much, and they insist, and they'll be insulted if I give it back. I know them. They'll be insulted, and I feel bad with that. So I don't know if I could let my subscribers do that for me. I mean, it's such a beautiful thought and it's so appreciated. But it's not even about the money. I can afford a vacation. It's just the time. So, thank you so much for even thinking of that. But you guys really don't have to do that. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do, Nova. That is such an amazing thing. Now, if you guys wanted to meet me up on we all go on like a group trip together or something, we could do that. But I wouldn't want to take you guys. You know, even the super chats make me feel a little bit bad. Like, you know, I used to feel really bad. And I swear I didn't even turn super chat on. I don't even know how, and I don't know how to turn it off. But I've kept it because a lot of your super chats include testimonials, and I savor those. But and I know you guys like to show me love and appreciation, so I haven't taken it off. But even that made me feel uncomfortable at a point. But now I understand that's you showing me love and appreciation, and it goes to my spirits. So whenever you send me that, I give it to my spirits as an offering because I don't feel right just keeping it for nothing. So I just give it to my client, my spirits, and I'm not gonna begrudge them or withhold them offerings from you guys. So yeah. So I'm more comfortable with it now, and I'm very grateful, so grateful for that. And you guys do enough for me, and I really love you. And even the pain in the ass clients, you know, just know I do love you. It's just only so much I could take, you know? So if I send you a final report, it's not because I don't care. It just means I can't work with you anymore. I'm tapped out financially on the case, energetically on the case, and drained on the case, and I just can't do it. And if you cared about me as much as I cared about you to go through all that, and you still like drive me crazy after warning after warning after warning, I have to do what's right for my mental health as well as the mental health of Gabby, because it affects her too. It affects her too. She'll call me up crying sometimes. You are so welcome. I keep it on the table. If one day you find a way to schedule days off, I will let Gabby knows just in case. I think, oh, I see what you guys are doing. I love you. I love you, Nova. I see what you're doing. You're trying to, like, get together a little something for me. I love you guys. Well, obviously, if you did it, you know, I wouldn't, and you already got it, of course I wouldn't not accept it, but I'm just saying, you know, you don't have to do that, and I really appreciate the thought. I love you so much. And if that were to happen, I would love if the 10 people would join us and we go together. That, you know, that I would love to do. That way I could at least contribute to it as well, and like pay for food and stuff like that, you know. I wouldn't feel right just taking it all for free. I would want to, you know, so. What a sweetheart. See, and that's like my amazing people. You guys are like a gift. So please don't ever think that, even if I rant, that I don't love each and every one of you. But anyway, I'm sorry I got like to this emotional kind of like, I guess the waning moon and the Mercury retrograde. I've been really emotional during this Mercury retrograde, and I think it's because everybody else is emotional, and it's kind of like affecting me. But luckily, we're in waning moon time, so I have till the 6th, till the 5th really, because the new moon is on the 6th, to release it for my waxing moon work. You have to really like balance your energy, folks. You really do. You can't work on love magic while being upset or angry or annoyed or anxious. And if you are, you need to calm down, ground, meditate, maybe do some yoga, listen to subliminal, they have subliminals on YouTube. Put them in your ears. Use one for releasing negativity. Close your eyes. Meditate. Then do an egg cleanse. Do Palo Santo. And then take a cleansing bath. I have cleansing baths on my site. Or you could make your own cleansing bath. I have a couple of videos in the ritual. Or you could even just do turmeric, cinnamon, sugar, and a little bit of salt, or even just cinnamon and sugar, or just turmeric by itself. But you do the egg cleanse before you get in the shower. You do the spices. You could either bathe in them, which I prefer, or you could just rub it, like mix it with your shampoo, wash your hair with it, mix it with your body wash your skin with it, and then just let it sit for a little bit, and then rinse it. And then you want to cleanse all corners of the house. Make sure that you have a door and a window open, and you release any negativity. And another thing you could do is take a black candle or a white candle. You like, I prefer the big taper candles, and you wipe it like an egg cleanse all over your body. Get all the chakras, okay? And then you write on the candle, release negativity, banish negative energy, send away any curse, hex, negativity, evil eye, negative thoughts, and even that which was spoken by my own tongue. And then you burn the candle, and as the candle burns, it is taking away, it's absorbing all that negativity before you do any good magic. Now, if you're doing bad magic, you could even take that black candle and take all that energy, pent up energy, and you're telling, I'm putting all my negativity, any curse, hex, negative energy, any evil eye that's ever been sent my way, all my negative feelings into this candle. And then you carve the person's name on it, and you put, send them my hexes, send them my negative energy, send them all my aggression, send them bad luck, send them, you know, whatever, and then you burn the candle. That's another good way. That's a curse. Or you could even do an egg cleanse. This is what I did to the neighbor who I turned into a crackhead. do an egg cleanse. And mind you, I didn't find that out for like months later, where I happened to see an ambulance come and pick up her sister, who was also a target of mine that I hexed. And I asked the people around, like, where's Shalonda at? And they're like, oh, you didn't hear? She's a crackhead now, sucking dick for rock. Oops, I totally forgot about it. When you forget about a hex, it's the best thing. It'll work 10 times stronger. If you're constantly like looking, it'll take much longer. But and anyway, you'll start to lose faith if these people are like making their lives out to be so great on social media or talking to people. Of course, it's going to get back to you. But another good thing you could do to hex somebody, and this is what I did to these women that jumped me in my own apartment, Shalonda and her sister. I took an egg, and it was right after I got jumped. I had all this pent up negative energy in me, right? I cleansed my egg, did my egg cleanse, and as I did, I said I put all my negativity, any anger, any rage, any curses, hexes, negativity that I have spoken, negativity that other people have tried to send me, I absorb in this egg, right? And then I walked across the street because she was a neighbor. I walked across the street, and with all from deep within me, I mean, this curse came so deep within me. I said, I curse you, bitch. And I did it with 2 eggs, one for her, one for the other one, because they both jumped me. And they still ain't get the best of me either. I still whooped them, actually, until they backed me into the refrigerator. And just so happened, right at the right time, their neighbor broke me up and saved me. My spirits protected me. But anyway, did all that, smashed it on their front little doorstep thing. And a few months later, one's getting carried out in a stretcher, and the other one's a crackhead to this day. So... I threw it at the house. Like, I walked on their doorstep and I threw it at the house. Nova. Nova, don't go out of, don't go where, I don't want to, really, no, that I don't want to cost you guys any money and stuff, especially if you're overseas, if that's too much. It's okay. Thank you so much for the thought, really. I don't want to impose on you guys or anything. That would make me feel so bad. I never want you guys to, be inconvenienced or spend, too much money for something like that. So, anyway. Oh, I didn't see it come through, baby K. Thank you, Habibti. Oh, I do see it. Kayla, my love. Thank you, babe. Ooh, okay, so where are we down to? 3? Got you, baby. Hey, Googles. Yeah, and you can use the egg cleanse simultaneously cleansing yourself and to hex somebody else. I'm getting tired, y'all. You could tell I'm, like, starting to fall asleep. I've been up since... Well, I didn't go to bed last night until about 5. And then I woke up at 10, did my 2 readings, and then I got to actually enjoy my day today. I didn't work for once. I did a few little things, but... Well, yeah, technically I did work a little bit, but not comparatively to what I do. Anyway, I'm a hairstylist, and a client tried to ruin my business because she ain't like her hair, but it was simple miscommunication. Offered to do it over, and she was doing too much. Oh, like leaving you bad reviews and shit? Really? That is something I fucking will... And especially if you did a good job and she told you she wanted a certain thing and you did what she said that she wanted and then realized that she didn't like it. She didn't think, like, she thought it would look good on her, but then it turned out it didn't, which is probably what happened. And then you offer to redo it and she still starts fucking bashing you. Oh, hell no. No. You don't ruin somebody's business. Somebody that fucking tried to do everything they could for you. Oh, I would. That's something I don't play about is my reputation. Come to me if you feel you have an issue, and I will do everything I can to fix it and to make sure you're happy. That is my goal. To make my customers and my clients happy. That I'm a people pleaser. But to go around me and try to bash me, oh, God help the person that do that. Vindictively. Oof. Megan, got another one. Okay, I think I have 2 left, y'all. I might open, Samantha. What did Samantha Sweet say? I missed it. Claudia, I love you, girl. You're such a hard worker. You are so beautiful and amazing. Oh my God, can I tell you something? Thank you, Habibti. Thank you, Habibti. And we're still on for the morning, right? I moved you to tomorrow. So 10 a.m. my time, baby girl. We're still on. And then I have the rest of the day off. I'm so excited. Feels like it goes by too fast. What was going on with the sweets? Did I miss another one? Who sent me? Did I say thank you? Who sent the other one? Hold on. CCR. Okay, and I'm a group trip. Yes, yes, yes. Palestine. Would that recharge your batteries? I love to go to my family's home. Absolutely. And Q Goddess, I'm sorry I missed your super chat. Yes, girl. We would need at least 2 weeks to do that. If you guys want to plan a trip to go to my country, then yeah, we could definitely do that. It could only be, honestly, probably like at the most, unless you don't mind getting a hotel, because my family's house is kind of small, so I wouldn't be able to fit a lot of people at my house. As long as, I could probably have like 2 people stay with me at my family's house, but you'd have to get hotels, for the other, because there's just no room. My grandfather built that house. It's the original house my dad grew up in, and it's very, very small, very humble. Thank you, CC. We love it. We love you. Come to Cali, though. I'm gonna do. Listen, one day, this is my dream. Who did I miss? Anybody else? My dream is to eventually take like 5 months off and just get an RV, rent an RV, or maybe even buy one, and then just travel all around the country, as many countries as I can in that 5 months. But I wouldn't be doing it in a little van like Gabby Petito and her man, because I think that constantly being so close and not having any space caused real problems. But I've always wanted to live out of an RV for a few months and then just travel to different places. And I could do pop-up shops in different states and meet up with you guys, and that's my dream. I really want to do that before I retire. Like, retire this and go into real estate. And like I said, I'm still going to do my products. I still want to do my web store because that is so low stress. You know, I never really have any problems with the products that I'm doing because, you know, I give the, like, you know, what they're for. I'm very specific, you know, that if you have a very difficult case, you might want to talk to me first, you know, but I've never had any issues with my love jars or Arabic jars or group rituals. I get a lot of good results on those. One more. Thank you, Lanella. So I think, would you guys like that? Yeah, I would want to go like everywhere for like 5 to 6 months, and I want to vlog it the whole time. Just take like 5 or 6 months off. I don't know if I can do full set spells just the way that it's done. Probably not. Like, and anything that needs to be shipped, that would be really difficult, I think. So I'm gonna figure it out. I might have to take a break. When I do this, it probably won't be for another year because I want to be able to do it with not having to do, unless I do whatever spells in the outdoors, like in nature. That would be cool too. So yeah, I'm gonna make a plan, but that's my goal. Before I retire completely, I'm gonna do an RV van, travel around the country in different cities, meeting you all for free, obviously, but I would do pop-up shop for anybody who wanted to get products and stuff, including new people, because I would have it like at a mall or something. And yeah, just bop around the country, meet you guys, have fun, come back. And I could even probably do spells like out in the campsites and stuff like that. That would be awesome. And then retire and then do my real estate flipping, which I already bought a second house, so I'm going to be flipping this one, which I bought at the most perfect time, inshallah. Or I might just keep it to rent it, but it's definitely an investment. I'm a good investor, y'all. I'm a good investor, and I could predict stock pretty easily in Bitcoin, and Justin can too. Justin's Pisces, so he's very psychic. Like, he can roll dice and like call out the numbers every time. And Pisces are very intuitive and very psychic. In fact, in the tarot, some people consider the moon as psychic, as Pisces, which I'm one of them, and others include the high priestess as Pisces. Some say the fool, but that doesn't resonate with me. But the moon is a high intuition, okay? Heightened sense of intuition. And Pisces are very psychic. Justin is very good at that. Like, for example, today he asked me if I paid the lawn guy out of nowhere. I'm like, no, I didn't get an invoice. I said, why, did you? And he had clicked, and he did get an invoice 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, well, let me see the invoice. So I pulled the phone. Right as I pulled the phone, the guy texted again. And he hadn't texted for 2 weeks. And I'm like, babe, did you just text him asking for the invoice? He's like, no, why? I'm like, yo, he just texted you. I'm like, what made you think about that? And he's like, it just popped in my head, and he was feeling the guy's energy. So Justin has this, I feel like he manifested me, to be honest. But I don't know that he's a very like strong manifester. I think he really wanted me, so he eventually manifested me, but it took 2 years. But in terms of like his ability to predict certain things and numbers, and like he could just feel somebody's gonna contact him or something like that, he is very good. So I might just teach him how to do readings because I think he connects with spirits. He gets feelings, and it's the Pisces. Plus, turns out Justin's grandmother, which I just found this out from my mother-in-law. I don't know how I never knew this. His grandmother passed away, but Justin's grandmother was a witch. He said she used to hang like these satchels on the front door with a broom to it was like a Crown Royal bag, and she put, you know, different things in it, and she put it tied to a broom around the front door, and whenever any of the boys needed a job, and they would get the job every time. And I said, you know, that's witchcraft, that's a spell. And they're like, yeah, my grandmother used to be into that, God rest her soul, and she was Portuguese, so I feel like Justin has a little something something in him too. I really do. And the more he is here and learning from me and stuff, because like I said, when we were married, I practiced, but I didn't practice a lot because I went into like a deep depression and stuff, and blamed a lot of my, you know, problems with my mom dying, you know, because they didn't save her, so I resented that. You guys know that story. But he's learning now, and I feel like he does have the capability to pick up on people's energies and predict things. So I might try to train him to read, to actually just learn the cards and stuff. And I feel like he does already have that intuition. Yeah. What did John B say? What did John Bitch say? What did John Bitch say? What did he hate on? Magic ain't real. Well, you could believe what you want, John Bitch. But then why are you here? Magic is very real. If it wasn't real, and let me not disrespect you because you obviously feel, you know, that's your belief, but magic is very real, sir. It's only been practiced for, you know, it's been practiced dating back to about 2000 BC, pre-biblical times. It came way before Christianity, way before Islam, way before Judaism. It's been practiced for literally thousands upon thousands, if not millions, a year. A year, millions of years. So clearly, there is no logic to people who think that magic isn't real when it's only been practiced. I mean, I doubt that these practices and these um, different traditions would be passed on from generation to generation to generation after generation if it wasn't real. And clearly, my proof, my testimonials, and my clients speak for themselves. So please don't knock it till you try it, and maybe open your mind a little bit. Sorry. Open your mind. Okay, closed-minded people think magic isn't real. Where's Brian at? I think that I have a feeling that Brian, his parents, I feel like he never went back to his parents. I feel like he went to his sisters first. And then I think right after it happened, from the time that he killed Gabby, he called his parents right away and told them what happened, probably from someone else's phone, so that it wasn't like traced on Gabby's phone. Drove back to Florida, but I think that I don't think he ever made it to Florida. I think I don't think he ever made it to his parents' house. I think he went to his sister's first. Okay, while his parents packed up their camper and they picked him up at his sister's house, took him to some place. People believe that he was in the Laundrie home, but how is it nobody saw him coming or going? And he went on this hike, but nobody saw him. So I think he went back there at his sister's house. They packed up his stuff in a camper, gave him a head start, went and picked him up at his sister's house, hid him in the camper until 10 days, because 10 days later is when the cops got involved. Nobody knew this until September 10th. He got back on September 1st. So I think that he was long gone. He was never there whenever all them people were coming out. They never caught him on camera. The FBI went inside his house. There was no proof of him being in there that recently. So I think that honestly, he is in a camper somewhere. Because where's the camper? Didn't they say he was packing up? They were packing up a camper. The neighbor said they were packing up a camper. But all you see is the one piece of the camper. Where's the rest of it? You know? Does that make sense? So I feel like he may have camped out at like a place where he has to be able to survive and get food and stuff like that. So possibly like a rural area, like out in the mountains or something, out in a place that he's familiar with, but he has a camper to live in and he's kind of living off the supplies, because apparently they stocked up on a lot of supplies, like foods. They probably gave him a few months of food, gave him cash on hand beforehand. They probably gave him thousands of dollars so that he had enough to live for a while. And they know exactly where he is. So I think if he runs out of money or whatever, they will send him more. But I feel like eventually he will get caught. Possibly. I gotta pull my cards. I'm gonna do a reading on it. You know what? Do you guys want me to do a reading on it? Oh, I asked for forgiveness. Oh, John B. I forgive you, babe. Oh, Habibi, thank you for opening up your mind. Thank you. And do some research and see for yourself. Like, these practices were pre-Abrahamic times, you know, and it's personally changed my life and many other lives, my clients' lives, my family's lives. My cousin, Janine, she has the highest respect for me. And listen, me and her used to clash and bump heads, but that girl will never say one bad thing about me, because she even told me herself she's scared to. She's like, I would never disrespect Shireen because I know I believe in her and I know she's very well protected by spirit. And she's like, I don't know. She just has a gift that not all of us have. Because just because you have a family of witches doesn't mean you get that gift. It's given to you. But I feel like if she tapped into it a little bit more, she could. But yeah, even my own cousin who used to shit talk me all the time because we used to always clash, like I said, but now she will not say anything bad because she knows what happens to people who talk shit about me. Even my cousins, unfortunately. Well, I think my spirits go easy on them, but they'll give them a little swift kick in the ass. She's seen it to other cousins that tried me, like distant cousins. Thank you. This was passed down to me by this bracelet right here, these bracelets, and I know I've been on this live for a long time. These bracelets right here were passed down to me by my great-grandmother, the one that was a witch, this one. This is a mabrume. This is a traditional wedding ceremony for the engagement. You always get a mabrume. My mother gave it to me. It was passed down from my great-grandmother to my grandmother, great-great-grandmother to my great-grandmother to my grandmother to my mother to me. So this bracelet is over 100 years old, and you can see it's hand twisted. Oh, let me show you. It's 22 karat. And I bless and protect them. And I also put a curse on them for anybody who ever tries to steal it. It has a built-in protection and hex, so that if anybody tries to steal it, it'll be like a cursed item to them. Look at that snake. That's also a very old piece. This piece is about it's about 40-year-old. It's not as old as that one, but these other little ones here, these are the same. They're over 100 years old. They were you see how they're hand twisted. They're not like perfectly even. They twisted the gold themselves and made the little intricacies. And like, look at this one, all the intricate detail. This one's only 18, but yeah, these bracelets are very valuable. But I do carry a gun for anybody who wants to get slick. I will die. You'd have to take them off my cold, dead fucking body. And they are very well locked up in case anybody wants to try some slick shit. When I take them off, they go in a safe that is nowhere nobody would ever find on this property. Let's just put it like that. And you'd have to get through my massive alarm system, as well as my gated community, and as well as my gun at your motherfucking forehead. And it's legal, by the way. Not saying anybody, but you never know who's watching, but passed down from generation to generation. All 50-year-old jewelry or 40-year-old jewelry to over 100-year-old jewelry is on my wrist. And I would never sell a single piece. I'll pass this on generation after generation, even if I don't have my own daughter. I swear, if somebody tried to rob me, I've gone into the hoods with my jewelry, and I don't care. I used to be a real estate appraiser, and my mom would get so mad at me, and sometimes she would take my jewelry and hold it, but I used to walk up into the hood with all my jewelry, earrings, everything, and those motherfuckers knew. I mean, because I'm from the hood. Those motherfuckers knew. And look up Brooksville, Florida. Brooksville and Spring Hill, they're both Hernando County. There's a lot of, it's a hood, basically. And, I had friends there, and they knew what I'm capable of, and they knew. They never even tried it, but not saying all people in the hoods would just rob you, but if you walk into the wrong neighborhood and they don't like you and you ain't supposed to be there, trust me, they will yank everything on your body. Most people take their jewelry off before they go in the hood, but these people know. You will have to put a bullet in my fucking brain to take any one piece of this jewelry. And if you somehow manage to do that, then believe me, you will be haunted in your dreams, and my ancestors and spirits will come for you, and you will lose everything. Just a fair warning in case anybody gets any bright ideas. I liked and subscribed as a peace offering. John, thank you, Habibi. And thank you for being so respectful. I mean, you just spoke your opinion, and that's why I didn't jump on you, because I know a lot of people are non-believers, but I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. That means a lot. Thank you for respecting my spirituality and opening your mind. And just I implore you, just do some research. If and really study it and look at the history, and don't let this indoctrination of whatever you were taught, whether it's Christianity, which I'm guessing you are, born either Christian or don't really believe in anything, like atheist, um, but or maybe even agnostic. But trust me, you will see that if you connect with your spirit guides and really believe, it will work. It will change your life. So, thank you. And I hope you enjoy my content and you can learn from it. You want me to do a reading on them? Okay. You think it's disrespectful, guys? I really value your opinion. Aw, Dory, it is honorable. That really warmed my heart, John. It really warmed my heart. And to the other girl who just asked about magic, I'm sorry if I scared you thinking I was talking about you. And Melly Montoya, thank you for giving me your perspective, because I'm sure a lot of other people felt that way, that I was attacking them. And please understand, it's not my intention. You guys, I feel like, are my friends. I just want you and the clients who are putting me through this to know how I feel, and to deter potential clients or clients right now that are behaving that maybe won't in the future, that maybe it'll stop them from putting me through that, because it's very, very difficult. And it can affect my work. If I wasn't so careful about my energy and how I keep it clean and make sure I don't cross-contaminate and everything else, when I tell you guys, I'm anal. And you have to be. In magic, you have to be very concise and very detail-oriented. And you have to be organized, into your planning. As far as how I work, I'm kind of slobby and I make a mess. But no, that's not what I'm talking about, making a mess. I mean, organizing the fact of, what you're working with, what moon phase you're working with, what kind of herbs do you need to work with, where are you going to source them. Right now, I'm able to source all my own organic herbs and such that I made the garden, back in June. It's all for fruition. I have watermelon, I have pumpkin, I have thyme, mint, I have banana peppers, I have cayenne peppers, I have catnip. What else do I have? I have hydrangeas, which are good for love and beauty. Corn, only one corn came out. But what I'm going to do, what else do I have in my, basil, rosemary, lavender. I have a lot of stuff. And what I'm going to do, and it grew beautifully. And too bad I didn't collect the roses before they fell to the ground. I collected one and there was like a worm in it, so I was like, ah. But I am going to take all after the harvest. It's going to be probably another week or so. I'm going to let it go because it's still kind of warm. I'm going to let it go until we get the first frost. And then I'm going to have pounds of fresh, organic, dried herbs. And that is going to be, and these were all offered to the spirits. So, of course, the plants were offered to the spirits. They were blessed and charged by the spirits. I put their statue and some crystals in it as well when I grew it. I put some rose quartz, and I put some tourmaline to absorb any negativity. I put citrine to chart around the rosemary, and the thyme to enhance the magical property of prosperity. Can you guys see me? What else did I? Rose quartz. I put a lot of big crystals in the soil to help just add those energies, and they grew so beautiful, y'all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait till the first frost, and then I'm going to pick all the herbs, dry them out, and that's what I'm going to be using for all my spells. I probably have about, I would say, a pound of each. I have some tomatoes, which I might use in some, like, love spells. I should have grown lemon. But I can grow them. I have an ingrown, a little tent. Justin grew some, something in it. And that's all budded, and I burn that for my spirits now. So I'm going to use it to build. I'm going to grow lemons, and I'm going to grow different herbs all year round. So, you know, I have them. I'm going to start growing my own organic, high-quality herbs for my spells. So instead of getting it from, I try to get it from the best places. Mountain Rose Herbs is really good, but they're really expensive. And I feel like these, the way I grow them, with the intention, with the offering to, you know, asking the deities to bless them and offering it to them, and then using it in the spells that I use to work with them, is going to be super powerful. And also, if I have enough left over, which I can't promise, I mean, I'll sell you guys some at a reasonable price, like a little kit with all different ones. I'd be willing to do that. Would you guys like that? What happened? Who's Reginald? What did Reginald do? Wait, what did he do? Emily's taking my clients. He's a liar. He's a liar. Emily just emailed me the other day, asking me to send me gifts and shit, products. He said she could take my clients. Bring him back. Bring that fucker back. Emily Halifax? Really? Don't let me get started. You don't want me to get... I'm going to contact Emily. And believe me, don't let me, because she knows I ain't the one to fuck with. And why would she be taking my clients when she came to me for help? A bitch that came to me for help would take my fucking clients, homeboy. And I got receipts. You want to play with me? You want to play with me? Put Reginald back. Where is he? Yeah, where you at, bitch? Reginald Brooks, come back. Come back. You want to talk about Emily? Let's get talking. And I hate to talk about it because I don't like to bash other witches, but you think she could take whose clients? Oh, yeah. You mean the one that came to me begging me for help for work? And I have the receipts on that, homeboy. Who can take my clients, motherfucker? Ain't nobody take my clients. Matter of fact, her clients, many of them have come to me. So who is you talking about? She wasn't talking about me because I checked her. I checked her. She didn't say my name. She said a witch that smokes cigarettes and is Latina. Okay, and I checked her, and I have the emails for that. And she completely denied it. And you want me to post it? She said my name. She said she took Arabian Conjur's name. Arabian, she's taken my clients. None of my clients. Matter of fact, don't let me get started of how many clients I've taken from her. So that would be the most dumbest thing she could ever say. So she took whose class? You sure she said my name? Because I heard her saying things about taking someone's clients and her being fake and a scam, or talking about bracelets and stuff. And when I checked her and I said, "What's up? I've been hearing that you're saying this and that. Who are you talking about? Just put a name on it." And she said, "I wasn't talking about you, Shireen. You know I highly respect your work. Matter of fact, don't make me post a screenshot, honey." You think she said my name? No, she did not, because she knows better. She told me herself she's petrified of me. And I have that on record. So, and I have a mutual respect for Emily. So don't try to start beef where there is none, because I know she ain't saying my name. Okay? And in fact, she came to me to help her with the situation. Okay? Many times. Many times. And I don't want to bring up the past because, like I said, me and Emily, whatever contention or beef we had, I squashed it and I forgave. But I want to know, can you please send me a video where she said this? No, my clients are very loyal. And she told me who she was talking about. And she said it was a Latino witch. And matter of fact, when I get off here, I'm going to have to go ahead and post that proof, because don't play with me. Because no, ain't nobody going to play. She swore she wasn't talking about me, and I believe her because I ain't Latina. And I don't smoke. I do smoke cigarettes once in a blue moon, but that was the first time anybody's seen me smoke a cigarette on video. I vape. But what do you so what else did she say? Did she put a name on it, Reginald? And I appreciate you telling me out of concern. Did he say it out of concern, or did it sound like he was like trying to say, haha, Emily's better than you type of thing? My clients are the most loyal. Ain't nobody going to Emily or anybody else. And that's no disrespect, because like I said, me and her had some issues in the past. You know, we disagreed on different ways, but her practice is her practice and my practice is my practice. And I, after, I'll be honest, there was a time where I really was a little bit, I felt kind of used in a way. And I told this to her face. I felt like she used me to try to help her with the situation. And when her clients all turned on her, and I, gave her advice and did everything else, but then she wanted me to curse her clients. And I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. And I said, Emily, I'm going to tell you how everything that you could do to curse them. I'll teach you how you can curse them, although I'm surprised you don't know how to do that effectively yourself, because I've seen you doing other things. I said, but, I don't feel comfortable with that. And she basically said that she didn't feel comfortable and that she'd feel more comfortable with me doing it. And I said, well, I don't know these people. I don't feel, I'll support you if they bash you. I'll have your back. But, and I'll teach you what all you could do. I taught her the unbinding, which she posted on her channel, which I kind of asked her not to. I taught her a way to unbind herself, where she wrapped herself up in strings. She did it without my permission. I told her And then she didn't say where the spell came from exactly. She said she learned it from a friend. So that upset me. So we had our little qualms. But recently, after I saw her mentioning another witch who sells bracelets and who smokes cigarettes, but I didn't hear the Latina part. I just heard a witch that smokes cigarettes and sells bracelets, and her saying, "Oh, you think these bracelets were working?" Other people brought that to my attention, and so of course I emailed her and checked her. And she's like, "Girl, don't come at me with this shit. I've had nothing but the utmost respect for you. Like, I don't need this. Like, the person that I was talking about was so and so, and I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to start a beef between two people, and I would never do that. But it was another witch that sells bracelets and smokes cigarettes, a Latin witch, okay? And so there are a few like that, so I don't know exactly who she was talking about, but no, I feel like maybe he heard her talking about the other witch. Why, what happened? What did he say? What did he say last? Let me turn all comments on. I can't turn all my comments on. Hold on. He said he was joking. Maybe he just doesn't want to. He said he was joking. That never happened. Don't delete it because I want to see it. Why can't I see it? Was it deleted? That's all he said. He was joking. Maybe he didn't want to get. What was YouTube checkpoint saying? Was he spamming? Jamie, can you send it to me on my website email? Why would he do that? Thanks, baby. Can you email me on my website where I emailed you thanking you for the flowers? That email address? So he made me say all that shit about this woman, and she never even said that to me. Yeah. No. But the reason why I believed it is because I had another person say the same thing. I don't know if you guys remember that, where she said, "Oh, Emily thinks she's better than you." I said, "What?" So I emailed, and because she mentioned a witch that sells bracelets, and she said, "Oh, you think your bracelets actually work? You think you're nothing but, what did she say? Oh, yeah, that's why your clients come to me. Your bracelets don't work. You know, she's a scammer, this and that." And so because I sell bracelets, and I'm one of only like, have you seen many charged bracelets? Not at this time, I don't think. There was not a lot of people charging, and she specifically used evil eye bracelets. So, and she said, yeah, this witch smokes cigarettes. Maybe she didn't say Latina, okay, but she said that she said Latina, because when I messaged her, I emailed her, and I'll post the screenshot if you guys want me to. But I don't know if I want to like throw her in the mix, but I definitely have proof. It was a kind conversation. I came at her a little like mad, because I'm like, girl, if you got something to say, like I said, I don't know if you're talking about me, but somebody who, thank you, Megan, I just got it. For somebody who came to me since 2017 to help you with your situations, I find it funny that you would be saying these things about me, because you know damn well my shit works. And first she got a little snippy, which I don't blame her, because I'm just coming out accusing her. And me and her used to have a good rapport, and then something happened, and we just, I don't know, fell off. I think people like, you know, there was just certain things that rubbed me the wrong way, whatever, but I never like hated her. But I feel like that was mostly just certain things that I felt and saw and whatever, but that's besides the point. But she's still a good person to some level. Like, you know, her and I at one point in the beginning we clicked, but then I feel like when she got bigger, something changed, and I don't know, we just lost touch. And those of you who've been watching me for a long time know that me and her had a very good rapport. Like, she sent me gifts and this and that, and, you know, and then, you know, we just, and I felt like it was when she didn't need me anymore, she just disappeared. So she had asked me for, to help with these clients that turned against her, and I didn't feel comfortable, and we talked about doing some other type of work, okay, for something totally different, which I won't get into, unless I might have slipped up and mentioned what it was, but anyway. And I just didn't feel comfortable with the client thing, and with the other thing, I told her, girl, you need to try that yourself, you know, whatever. And that was that. But I did give her good advice on that. And I would always advise her when she was getting harassed by these clients, and they were attacking her and bashing her everywhere, and basically, you know, calling her a scam and all this and that. You know, I defended her at one point. I was like, you know, why is she a scam? She did your work. If it didn't manifest, then it could be a lot of factors, blah, blah, blah. And she appreciated that. But then, I don't know, we just lost touch, because I felt like, you know, she only reached me when she needed something. So I was kind of in my feelings, because I thought we were building a friendship at that point. And then like years go by, and somebody tells me that she's mentioning this video with the bracelets and the smoking of cigarettes. So I think some people assumed that it was me, because I do bracelets and smoke cigarettes, but I don't really smoke cigarettes but once in a blue moon. But many people surmise that it might have been me, or it might have been one other person who I'm also very close with, okay? So, and I don't want to start drama, so I'm not going to say who. But so when I confronted her about it, yeah. So Well, there was a story behind it, Serona, but I don't want to, like I said, I'm not trying to make anybody look bad. Like I said, I like her now. We, we've had like a love-hate relationship over like a frenemy type relationship over the years. And so when I confronted her and she's like, girl, first she kind of got froggy. She's like, girl, don't come at me like that. I'm like, first of all, you need to watch your tone, who you're talking to. I think, like, what do you mean don't come at me like that? I'm telling you, I feel some type of way. Who was you talking to about? If you were talking about me, please let me know so we can handle this. And she's like, I've had the utmost respect for you. I would never disrespect you. Me and you've always had a good rapport. I don't know where this is coming from. Yeah, sure, we haven't disagreed. We haven't agreed on a lot of things, and we've had our little issues. But I would never. You're the one of the few, quote, you're one of the few real witches in the community that I respect, and I would never bash. And then she said, the person I was talking about, I've had several of her clients come to me after she took thousands of dollars and they got nothing, no results, no picture, no nothing. And I told her, well, my client, unless they get a final report, I can't send them a picture of my full set work. Honey jars, basic candle work, group rituals, yes, but my sihr is off limits. And I let my clients know that up front, and if they don't agree with that, then I will not. I tell them, I'm sorry, I understand, but I have other cheaper options on the website, and I can easily take a picture of that for you. But me taking a picture of my sihr would be essentially giving you very sacred codes and sacred writings, because a lot of it is numbers and codes and how you put together those numbers and codes. It's very difficult and complicated and hard to understand. But to photograph what I'm doing would be sharing some very sacred information, and I'm not willing to do that. And you might be able to find Google images on sihr, but they're all wrong. And I feel like people put that out there to throw people off and give them the wrong information, because we don't want what happened to African, like voodoo and voodoo and even hoodoo, to happen to us with sihr. Now, hoodoo and amal style magic, which is another Arabic magic, are very similar. But again, we created the Bible. The Levant came, the Levant, the Bible came from the Levant, and we wrote it. And the apostles that wrote it were Palestinian Jews. And so yeah, I can use the whole practice of using hoodoo is combining Christianity and witchcraft. It's hoodoo folk magic. It's Christian-based folk magic, African Christian-based folk magic. Okay? So that is in my region as well. But the sihr is very, sacred, and it's limited to Arabs and some parts of Africa, like Egypt and Sudan. They can practice sihr successfully, but no non-Arab blood can control a jinn the right way or at all. They will not listen to you, and there are reasons behind that. But regardless, those incantations, those codes, so to speak, are very sacred. So for me to send that to somebody to prove my work, I'm not going to do it. If you want me to throw a few candles together and take a picture of it, and if that makes you feel better, then that's fine. But then I really, if you don't, pick something cheaper. But my full set, you're not going to see. And if you have I'm not going to give you a book report. Only if I'm releasing you, I'll send you a final report of everything we've done, and with as much detail as I can give you, but that's it. And if that's a problem, don't work with me. And I told them I can't take your case if that's the case, because that's the rule. And they're fine with it, because they know, they trust me. I've never had one person tell me I have a problem with that. And I make sure I ask them over and over again, because if it's not, I can offer you something cheaper, but that I can take pictures of, but, or if I do a booster, I could take a picture of that, because I'm not going to lie to you. I could easily, throw together some candles, take a picture of it. What does that fucking really mean? Does that mean shit, really? But, so yeah, long story short, I don't know where we're getting at. She told me that she wasn't talking about me. She apologized for the misconfusion. She apologized for coming at me, not like too much, because that would have been bad. And basically told me how I'm one of the few people she respects in the witchy community. So I don't see why she would have ever said that. And I'm not going to post private emails or anything like that unless I have to. But I don't think she ever said that regarding me. Sorry, I just went on a rant. Did I miss anything? Royal blood. Moroccans are also very badass with magic. False info, exactly. You will find some sihr online, mostly in Arabic or hidden codes, etc., or false info, the real deal. And even the ones, it's supposed to be in Arabic. That's how it's done. English doesn't work. It has to be written in Arabic, okay? And it has to be Fusha. It's not the Levantine language, the spoken word. It's Arabic Fusha. So it's the ancient, like Aramaic, and you have to know how to write in certain patterns, and there are numbers involved. There are a symbology involved, sigils, and you have to write it in the exact right way with the target's names, date of birth. You can use pictures and the parents of the target, mother, father of the target, and the client. But if you don't have the information of, I don't need necessarily the client or the target's parents' info, but certain ones, my jinn want that. You're working with jinn. But if I can't get that information or they don't want it, I can use the information that I have, and pictures, photographs, addresses, phone numbers, things like that. It's very sacred. So I'm not going to take a picture and give it to somebody. And you know how people are. They love to show everybody their work, and other practitioners, oh, I worked with the Arabian conjuror. This is what she did. And I'm giving away a very powerful, sacred practice. No, ma'am. So, jinns communicate in Arabic. And a lot of African practitioners try to practice sihr, and like the Sudanese and even Nigerians, I believe, try. The Muslim, the areas where there's a lot of Muslims will practice sihr, okay? But because they are not Arab, well, some of the Afro-Arabians can, but you have to have some Arab blood to practice it for the jinn to listen to you. That's how I've always been taught. Some people might hate me for saying that, but it is from our culture, whether or not it was adopted from other, cultures, but it definitely is not real information unless you learned by someone who passed it down to you, who's a real sheikh. So, yes, of course I'm not going to share that, but I'll show you some candle magic. It can be spelled either way. Jinn or Jinn or Djinn. For me, it's Djinn. I'm so, yeah, exactly. Always say that. What will a pick do? I don't get why people want to pick so bad. And you know, exactly. What does that prove? Listen, anybody could take a picture you sent them, put it, a certain way, face to face, back to back, whatever it is, or even name petitions, throw some candles on it, throw some herbs. If they're trying to scam you and that's their intention, they could put that together in 5 minutes and even take a little video or a picture and say, oh, this is for Sarah and Johnny. Uh, your spell is complete, burn like this or that. Thank you for your business. And that's it. And then turn around. Who knows if they turn around and take the same exact picture and send it to somebody else and say, oh, this is for Johnny and Lucy. That don't mean shit. If somebody has bad, and I'm not saying, listen, most witches, the witches I know and that I'm cool with, they don't do that. Okay. Like my sister witch, she don't do that. And none of the witches I fucks with, to my knowledge, ever do that. They do the work. But there are a lot of cheap witches, okay? The ones that are charging $50 for I've seen on Instagram, $45 spell, powerful love spell with a tarot card reading. That doesn't make sense. But from my gathering, her tarot card reading the one card is to tell you the outcome of the situation. And of course, from what I've seen, it's always like a 2 of Cups or a Lover's card. Like it's never a bad card. So it's kind of like, saying, oh yeah, it's working. But how do you know that same fucking little clip it that you send isn't used on 20 other people? Or how do you know? You have to trust the practitioner. A picture don't mean shit. So, but hey, if you need that to feel secure, by all means, I could whip that up in 5 minutes. If that's, an issue. But I think that my clients know that I can be trusted. I've built up a good reputation. And the jinn are no joke. Okay. And it's pissing me off that a lot of people are what's the word, where they're they're appropriating my magic and my culture and claiming it as theirs, saying they practice sihr when they wouldn't know their ass from their elbow about sihr. It's a very complicated, difficult, there's even like mathematical sequences. So for me to show you these charts and graphs, which you can Google and find images online, and I've looked at them, and they are totally false. Books on sihr, totally wrong. Totally wrong. YouTube's I've seen, maybe not YouTube, on Facebook, but you have to be able to type in Arabic in the first place to find these places. Putting out misinformation on purpose, and which is because, like I said, we didn't want our shit to be stolen and used against us like it was for the African people. Okay, so white people doing voodoo, that's a closed practice. White people doing voodoo, closed practice. Haitian voodoo, white people doing it, close practice, where you don't have a connection to the ancestry, you don't have connection to those deities. Why would they help you, unless in very rare circumstances? But I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. And the same goes for sihr. The first place you will ever read or find out about a jinn is where? In the Quran. That means they come from us, the Arabs, the Levantine, Egyptian Arabs. Egypt is part of the Levant. Okay? That's why it's on my DNA test. They only have a connection to Instagram. Yeah. Geometric, yeah. From the snippets I've seen, it looks geometric and mathematical. But of course, I'm sure, like you said, it's not really out there like that. It's not really out there at all. It's all misinformation put out there purposefully. Trust me. It's totally wrong. You could ask my boy El Hawal. He knows. There's only one book that I've found that came close, and it wasn't even like really close. It was very like wrong, but sprinkled in with some truth, but very little. It was like completely lost. Like they do a sihr for saying that it's for love and healing, but I look at it and it's for banishing and hexing. So I feel like they're doing it on purpose to ensure the people that are not supposed to or trying to steal their practice, like how people have stole a lot of my practice as far as candle work. I'm not going to allow that to happen to my sihr. So I feel like these people have been copied with other types of magic. Probably didn't want to put any of this stuff online for the public because it is very sacred and it's not supposed to be. So they mixed and matched it and twisted it around the wrong way so that anybody who tries to use it will actually curse themselves or fuck up their client's work. Because that's a very sacred, one of the first voodoo, sihr, and voodoo, okay, Haitian voodoo, and of course Hindu, like Indian Hindu practice, and Buddhism and stuff like that. Those are the first types of magic that ever was known. And then it started to evolve, like the voodoo started to evolve in hoodoo, African American folk language, because it came to America, and then the African Americans made their twist on it. Same with Jamaicans with their Jamaican voodoo, and they came to America, and then the African Americans and the slaves, they twisted it, made it to what, using the elements they had that they could do. They couldn't like cut the head off a goat and not draw attention to it. So they did it with like fruits and teas and stuff like that, so that they didn't draw attention from their master, and so that they could feed them stuff and curse them that way. So that's how hoodoo came about. Okay, but it's been stolen, it's been exploited, it's been bastardized, and been trying to used against the African American people or the African, black people all together, and people that are totally not black and have no connection to the culture at all, try to use it against them. They weren't having that, so of course they put misinformation out there too, I believe. But I believe by that time it was too late and too many real information got out there. So, and I understand that. But the thing is, hoodoo and amal are very similar, okay, in terms of using the herbs and the apples and the fruits and the this and the candles. Very, very similar. We call it amal. But of course, look at Egypt, Palestine, Lebanon, Beirut is right touching Egypt. So we have a mixture of Egyptian style magic, we have a mixture of amal, and we have sihr. And hoodoo is similar to the Ahmed. So I feel like the Africans did adopt some hoodoo practices from the African Americans. They kind of, I mean, they come from the same culture. Yeah. Anyway, what's Rick Pood? What did Rick Pood say? Just spamming. Sorry, I wanted to check him too if he needed a check. I'm Creole and you're absolutely correct. Respect, sis. Respect. Do you know where Latin America got magic practices originated from? I believe the Arabs, because we conquered, like Spain, for example. Depending on, like you're talking about, like where Spain, South American countries, like what part of every region I feel is different, but definitely I feel like a lot of the influences came from Africa and the Arabs because we did invade, like Spain, for example. So, but I believe most of their practice did come from like Santeria and all that. That's pretty much like it's African based, really, if you think about it. Santeria, Palo, things like that. But which one of the practices? Because there's so many. Mm, I don't know. Mine seems pretty accurate, Samantha. 1% from Sierra Leone and 99% Asian. I think 1% of my family is currently in Sierra Leone, and not that 1% came from it. Hmm. Well, it depends. I guess it doesn't break it down as good. I don't know. But hey, what did that weirdo say before I get off here? Because I just want to know. What was that? Somebody asked me about Latin America and where they get their influence. Kel says everything came from Arabs. It honestly did. It's one of the first recorded, like, I mean, that I know of. I don't know if voodoo was. It's between Africans and Arabs because we are both. There's four ancient civilizations, okay? The Arabs, Africans, Hindu, and let me not say unfortunate, and the Jews. Okay, those are the four original original civilizations, the ancient civilizations. Okay, So, yeah, those cultures they have spread their spirituality and practices all over the world, and then they were adopted by different regions and given their own twists. That's why Morocco is starting in this way. We are Arabs and African. We have black Moors and goddess culture, and we have sihr. The Moors were in America before the Europeans and Mexicans. How do I say Palestine in Arabic? Palestine. But you're absolutely right. And Morocco is a combination of African and Arab culture, but they're also Berbers. So they some of them identify as Arabs and Africans, like Afro-Arabs, Afro-Arabian, and others will identify themselves as Berber. So mostly Berber. And then there's like another like tribe, I forget what they're called, but there's also another. So they're like kind of a mixture of Arab, Berber, and there's this other tribe, I forget what they're called, but they're very good with magic. Like Algeria's in Africa, Egypt's in Africa. So my Arabian ancestors, I'm getting so tired, guys. My Arabian ancestors moved to Central America, and I heard my mom, hold on, I lost it. My mom, that traditions were passed down. There's a large Arabic population in Central America. Exactly. So a lot of that got connected, and they didn't teach you guys sihr, because I don't see the any Latin work I've ever seen is just like, looks like more, working with the saints and candle magic. That seems more like the amal style. Okay. But sihr is so different. Like, I can't even, if you haven't seen it, you wouldn't understand it. So anyway, I'm getting so tired, you guys. I can't keep my eyes open. My Arabic ancestors moved to Central America, and I heard my mom sisters were passed. There's a large, yeah, yep. They passed down a lot, and they shared a lot. Even the African population and the Arabs, like, definitely combined practices at one point. They used to do like during like the slave trades and all that. And like where they were, doing like the warrior fights, when they were fight warriors, like the gladiator and stuff. That really happened. They really did that. Of course, they would start to interbreed and become connected and stuff like that. And there were teachings passed on, spiritual teachings, and combined. So a lot of the same things that we do, particularly in our version of hoodoo, which is Ahmed, which is just essentially balancing spirituality and Christianity, or Catholicism, Orthodox Christianity, really, to be technical, mostly. And I believe in America, the African Americans mixed it with Baptist, I don't think it was mixed with Orthodox, but I don't know what Christianity they mixed it with, but they did. But that was the main difference, because it was mixed with a Christian background, but Arabs used the Orthodox Christian, which is more like Catholic, and the African Americans, who really invented hoodoo per se, they used a different kind of Christianity, and that's what kind of makes them vary. But they both use the Bible and incantations. They both use the Bible and spell work. They both bless using the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They both work with the angels. So there's a lot of similarities there. So yeah, but there's also some differences. Yeah. Norse pagans has some toe with Sahad. Norse, aren't they like really white? I don't know how. I don't know. I really don't know how that could be possible, because there's a very, just like in, okay, in order to practice sihr, and I'm not going to get too much more deeper into it, you have to know, you have to, okay, you have to invoke the jinn with 3 of the Abrahamic books, either the Quran, the Torah, or the Bible, because there are certain codes and incantations written that you have to put together with the scripture numbers, etc., depending on if you use the Quran, together in order to invoke the jinn. Okay, they're very high maintenance. So I don't know how Norse, which are white, or white people at all, can be able to do that, not only because of them not understanding what they're writing. You have to understand what you're writing. But not only that, it's just, it doesn't make sense, because the so many reasons. So many reasons. The jinn does not respond to them. That's why they have to be invoked by the 3 holy books, which came from the Levant. It came from Palestine. And like, you got the ancient Egyptians right next door, so it's like the combination of that. Damascus, where there's a lot of spiritual activity. Actually, they say Hecate Aphrodite was first found in Damascus. That's where she was first discovered. So Aphrodite, even though they say she was Greek, now remember, the Greeks are in the Mediterranean, so it's all connected. But Aphrodite's actually originated from Damascus, when many people feel like she came from Greece. So remember, these deities did roam around different places, but she was discovered first in Damascus. But if you read any books or anything like that, they'll tell you otherwise. They'll say she's strictly a Mediterranean Greek goddess, but no. So anyway, y'all, I'm really, really tired. Thank you for sticking with me so long. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm so tired. Like, my eyes cannot stay open. What time is it? It's like almost 5 in the morning. Aphrodite, Venus, Astarte, Asatoth, also Venus revolution around the sun. Heliocentric model forms a pentacle, which was a symbol of the goddess. Yes. Did you guys enjoy this video? I feel like it was kind of all over the place. We talked about many different topics. So I'll change the title so I put everything. Would somebody be a doll and timestamp, if you can? If not, I understand, then I'll try to do it. Like, timestamp where the conversations like start for the different subjects. That really does seem to help. And please, if you guys love me, I would really, yo, I got to tell you real quick before I leave. That algorithm, when you guys kept saying, we love YouTube, Habibti Susan, we love Susan, YouTube is the best. You guys did that in the last video, and let me tell you something. I haven't spiked, I shit you not, I haven't spiked that much in a long ass time. I spiked 100 subscribers since that video, and I haven't spiked 100 subscribers in 3 days in the longest time. I remember in 2018 I was jumping 100 subscribers a day, but then it started to get more and more YouTube creators, more and more YouTube witches, and so, and then maybe I stopped for a while, you know, and then for like 2 weeks, and then it never went back to normal after that. But you guys, like, showing love to YouTube and putting hearts by the name YouTube, or Susan even, or Susan and YouTube, that really, really did help my algorithm. Look at that video, that live pick a card, and look at how many views it got, as opposed to the other video. The other pick a cards didn't get that many. And I'm telling you, it, when you speak good on YouTube, it helps. So YouTube, I love you, حبيبيني. أنا بحبكم كتير كتير كتير. Inshallah, you give me a better algorithm and a better ranking. And thank you guys so much. I was cracking up when you guys were saying, we stand Shireen, we stand YouTube, and we stand Susan. And you put all the hearts, like I asked. I said, if you're still watching this video, show me some support and do the hearts. It really helps me out. You know, just give me like 5 hearts. That would be great, so I know that you've made it with me this far. And for all of you that do that and have liked this video, I would love you from the bottom of my heart. And I will never, ever, like, not do everything I can to make you guys happy and successful and just have what you want. That's all I want for you in life, really. That would be my dream, to die knowing that every single person I've worked with, I changed their life in some way, inshallah. So, I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to do the red hearts when I post the video, And if anybody has the extra time, if you don't, I understand. If you could, like, do a timestamp for the topics, that would be so great. But if you can't, I'll just do it when I get a chance tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this chat. I hope you got information out of it and it wasn't boring and all over the place. And now that I'm tired, I'm like, got one eye open trying to focus, because the more tired I get, the less I can see out of this eye. Can I see out of this one better? Sometimes it's either one. I think this one is better. Anyway, I love you guys. May you all, who are in this live and who showed me love and who liked this video, and even those who disliked the video, that helps me too, and leaves a comment down below. I just want to say I appreciate you, all my clients, my subscribers, whether you send me a super chat or not, whether you buy my products or not. Just a like and showing me love and support, and always, like, getting my back and allowing me to talk to you as a friend without feeling uncomfortable. That really, really makes me feel good. Did somebody take away their likes? Did you notice that? Somebody took away their likes? Okay. Indian givers, I see. For all of those who have liked the video and kept their like, I promise you, within the next 30 days, you will get good news. I wish you blessings. There will be some blessing, success, prosperity, and abundance coming to you. There will be something you've been waiting for is coming. Good news. Inshallah. I wish you nothing but blessings, positivity, good news at work or at home or at school, or about your health, about your kids' health, or about your kids' school. Anything that you've been hoping for, I pray, and I'm sending it to you, that you will get it from the next 45 days to the next year, inshallah, at the latest. Amen. And I'm going to show you guys how I can speak my spells into existence. So be sure to keep me posted. Inshallah ya Rab, atikum as-sihha wal barakat, كل شيء اللي بدهم إياه، كل إشي اللي بدهم إياه، الحب وابن حلال وبنت حلال إن شاء الله. آمين. ما شاء الله وإن شاء الله. آمين. Love you guys. Toodles, bitch.